Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome into the SFA Season 13 Bowl Season BearCave, baby. We are here and we are ready. Let me know if you can hear me as we kick off Bowl Season and what is set to be probably the longest and the biggest BearCave stream we've ever done. This is the most games we've ever done on one stream. We're going to do the full bowl season outside of playoff games and the Patreon watch party, which we just came from, and that game was wild. So if that had any indication of what this bowl season is going to be like, we are in for a treat. And right after bowl season, we will go into the Citrus Bowl. Yes, Dogwater, and I don't have a set time as I do not know how long this stream is going to take. But as always, this is the SFA. If this is your first time watching, it's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube primarily. You can claim a team, you can set the depth charts, you can hire coordinators, you can recruit through the Discord, you can play in our server games for server rewards. It's an incredibly fun time, really fun community to be a part of. So feel free to join. We have commands and for the Discord, as well as links are in any of our descriptions. And if you are watching live, we are affiliated, so you might run into some ads. Feel free to drop Twitch Prime. No commercials, none of that stuff. And you're helping fund a national championship trophy and care package for whoever wins it all. And the college football playoff 12-team playoff will begin tomorrow with the opening round games, all four being tomorrow, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Very, very excited for those, but we have a big bowl season coming up. And before we get started, check out our friends over at Home Field, obviously our affiliate, the best college apparel out there. A lot of you guys have already used the code. Shout out to you guys. But you can use the code SFA for 15% off. You can use it once per email and on your first purchase. We have a command in the chat as well, so check them out. Most comfortable gear, vintage logos, super great Christmas gifts. If you order now, they will be there in time, I believe, still 2 weeks. So you'll have plenty of time. So shout out to Home Field. No, Florida Man, I go in order of how I posted them. I went through and kind of ranked them in the order I thought was the most fun games. So I'm not deviating from my list. Feel free to check out of the stream. It's going to be a long one, but glad you guys are here. And let's get started. We got a lot to go, and all of these games are going to be regular BearCave style, so we'll only jump in if it's close under 2 minutes, okay? So we're going to start out here with the Military Bowl between USC and Toledo. So we got the Pac-12 versus the MAC. If anybody wants to keep track of the conference, like a live track of the conference records as we go through it, so that would be awesome and kind of a cool thing to update the Discord as we're going. But at the end of the bowl season, I'll post the final results anyways. So yeah, we're gonna get into it here. As bowl season is always incredibly unpredictable. So as always, this is a CPU versus CPU game. Our USC user just left the server a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a few days ago. So there are SFA players though on this USC team. But as always, if you aren't in chat, I'll do heads and kick as always. So this is a Toledo team that was in the MAC championship. They almost beat them, and we've got in the Military Bowl snow here in bowl season. USC now in shambles as, remember, this is BearCave. There's 90 points on the line. Anybody's game for winning BearCave. And this is a USC 5-point favorite on the road here. Or not, I guess not on the road, as Toledo's just designated as the home team, right? But neutral site games, you never know what's going to happen. But definitely snow for USC is not a good sign here early on. As always, guys, VODs will be available later on today. Thank you guys for letting me kind of disappear yesterday, as it was my anniversary with Miss TC. So, but now we are back and ready to go. Sir, yes, sir. That's what I like to hear. The Military Bowl, is this, I wonder, is this in West Point or is this in Annapolis? That's the question. I didn't see the opening screen. This looks like Navy Stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Navy Memorial, the Military Bowl. This will be a fun one. As this is going to be SFA player Jack Snowball's final game for Toledo. He's the last remaining player from those great teams with Brett Hundley. As USC, they have guys like Bobson Dugnut. They have Dylan Sarnecki. So let's see what happens here. First quarter of bowl season. As we kick off, USC gets the opening score. They go up 10-0 here in the snow. Oh, baby. Is Toledo going to battle back? They did give Louisville a run for their money in the MAC championship, but at halftime, very low scoring here. USC, can they get it done? This snow definitely impacting this offense as we are a bit close. They're going to score there, so we are within a touchdown here. Remember, if it's one score is when we will jump in. We're going to sim another possession. It's a long one, and USC puts a touchdown on the board, so we are not going to jump in quite yet unless Toledo gets a score. So 4th and inches, they incomplete. So USC looks like they're going to do it. They're going to cover in the first bowl game of the season. Nicely done for USC as we quickly go through. So the Pac-12 starts out 1-0 here in bowl season. Terrence House, the 87 overall, 11 for 27. Not a good day, but Mathis, 40 carries in the snow and carrying them to a bowl victory. Mitchell getting 2 touchdowns. Bobson Dugnut only 48 yards. And on the defensive end, you had Sharif Simpkins, SFA player, didn't do much. And Dylan Sarnecki, only 1 tackle. And for Toledo, we got Trey Clark, 14 of 30, just nothing doing there. Jack Snowball in his final game, only 80 yards, no touchdowns. And make sure you add the watch party in there. Yo, Nick, subscribe. 13 months, that's crazy. That's the most, besides my own Twitch Prime, so... Hype for Nick. All right, so Toledo there. And if you are counting Florida Man, make sure to add the watch party, the ACC 1-0 over Conference USA. So right now the Power 5 is 2-0 against Group of 5 teams. As always, I'm going to get all of my screenshots here, and all the games will be posted later on today in the server whenever these streams are done. But we have some great bowl games. This one definitely was the worst bowl game out of the lot, and I do not add any of the trophies to my profile because there'd just be way too many of them. All right, next up is we're going to go to the AI Alamo Bowl between Llama and Moroku. If either of you guys here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. And, yeah, here we go. AI Alamo Dome. If you're here, let me know. And fun fact, UTEP has a running back, Fred Austin, who transferred away from LSU last year and has been an instrumental part of them winning that division. No, Florida Man. We don't count CFP in that stuff. Because they're not bowl games. They're designated as they're not bowl games. They're designated as opening round games, like just regular home games. So, yeah, no. As this is a big discrepancy, 90 to 70 overall. Let's see if LSU can win this. They are a 7.5-point favorite here. UTEP does make a bowl because they did win their division. And fun fact is, in the Mountain West, the Mountain Division has never won it. And UTEP has made that championship game 4 times now, and they have lost every single time. I think that's the most for any team in the country to make a conference championship without winning it. So UTEP dominates their division, but not everything else. They are still here in the Alamo. It's probably about an equidistance for both of these teams, just considering how big Texas is. I don't know where the Alamo Dome or Alamo Bowl's even played. I think in the Alamo Dome, the UTSA Stadium. I don't know if I picked UTEP. Did I pick UTEP? I don't know if I picked them or not. But, you know what? LSU, they choke a lot. Might as well. So, the thing with that we've seen in bowl season is, like, it's super unpredictable. Like, I kind of treated BearCave as kind of 50-50. If I have a chance to get back, into it, then I need to pick some upsets. Welcome in, Colby. If you want to become a coach, you can join our Discord. There is a command for it! !Discord. And Llama, you're here. Let me know. Kick or receive. Llama, I see you. Otherwise, it's gonna be kick. Kick or receive, Llama. Come on. My command's not working? Oh well. I set it up. I thought it should work. Alright, Llama chose kick. Alright, can UTEP do the unthinkable here? I think it's user error. Because I have my commands are working. And UTEP starts out with a touchdown. So this is like a Fred Austin revenge game. So 7-0 here early on. 7-7 LSU. They are known for choking in games. Islama finally got his dream job, but they do have the lead here. Remember, it's 7.5-point favorite. They're now up 14 and 28-7. And it looks like it's going to be over for the UTEP Miners, who are going to finish 6-8 on the year. So what seemed like a good season to start, they are going to lose. Wait a second. Hold up. Nope. LSU is going to dome them. And remember, folks, everybody is playing for off-season strategies. So this is our first user game on the season. LSU does win. So if you do win a game, you get a choice between a player card, raising the overall one of your SFA players, $40K plus recruiting budget bonus, or an additional transfer portal scholarship in this cycle. So Llama, you won this bowl game. Let me know in a DM which one of these four you would like to choose. I need those decisions by the time the national championship rolls around. You got to DM me. I'm not going to pay attention to Twitch chat, Llama. All right, so this is how it shook out. Terrell Pryor getting a touchdown. Deshaun Nevers, the $1 million man, getting himself one. So Grant Davis, 5 touchdowns. Keller, 170 yards. Just annihilation here in the Alamo Dome. Definitely a team. They beat Texas a couple of weeks ago, so bad start to the season. Turned out to be pretty good for them. As I am surprised, though, no... It doesn't look like any sacks for Jackie, or no, it's not Jackie Knight. I forget his name, but the defensive end, the SFA player. And for UTEP, a big start for them this year. Willie Hayford, the quarterback, 2 touchdowns, and then Fred Austin, only 47 yards against his former team. That's kind of a rough one. And on defense, a sack, interception. And that is going to do it. Yeah, no, Florida man. Has to be an existing player on your roster already. All right, LSU wins that one. And I put these in the order that I thought would be the worst games to the best games. So we're getting these ones out of the way early. So next on the slate is we've got the Gasparilla Bowl between Colorado and Wisconsin. This is going to be a good one. Mushbrain, if you're here, let me know. Heads or just kick or receive. And right now the P5 is 3-0 over the G5. G5 starting out 0-3. As this is going to be our first P5 versus P5 matchup. Big 12 versus the Big 10. So Wisconsin, here we go. If you are following along on BearCave, Wisconsin is a 3-point favorite. Mushbrain wants the rock. And we've had 2 covers so far, so not anything crazy going on. But just you wait, folks. BearCave always in the bowl season is ridiculous. It almost always comes down to the opening round predictions tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. But Wisconsin, one of the best running backs in the country, Marty Fellows, is a freshman, 99 speed. And then Colorado and Coach Schwartz, doesn't really participate, but he does recruit. He has 2 recruits in this cycle. So we'll see what he can do here today. LSU and Colorado were the last 2 teams with bowl bids. Wisconsin was on the bubble as well. I wanted to yeet Mushbrain into oblivion because he beat me in fantasy football and ruined my season. But nevertheless, they're here. Dan Katz, his final game as a Wisconsin Badger, the tight end. As I really want to see a good Wisconsin, so I need Mushbrain to start to play well, do really well. So we'll see. I'm cheering for Wisconsin despite my vendetta versus the Mush. As we're at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa Bay. Got the pirate ship on deck as well. The Gasparilla Bowl. I don't know what a Gasparilla is, but that's why we're here. Love these bowl games. All right, and they won the toss, so no choice there for Mush as we get it going here in the Gasparilla. And Colorado starts out with an early touchdown. Wisconsin, they can't battle back. Remember, this is a team that was up 31-0 against Florida State a couple of weeks ago, and then they blew it and ended up winning overtime as there was a safety there. So a 12-7 game here early, 12-10. So 3-point favorite for Wisconsin here. They are down 2, and a quick touchdown out of the half for Wisconsin. And they extend it? No, this one's going to be close. Another field goal. So 17-15 here in true Big Ten fashion. We've got a ball game, folks, as we get an interception on Morris. Now we're going to go one play at a time here as we are getting close. It looks like we are going to be jumping into this game as Wisconsin is driving. And it's always that age-old thing. Do you want the game to stay close so we can jump in, or do you want to just blow them out and get your off-season strategy? So only a 2-point lead here, and we're going to jump in our first bowl game of the season on BearCave, the Gasparilla Bowl. Can Wisconsin close him out? Couple first downs will do it. Colorado still has all those timeouts. Marty Fellows, the 99 speed guy, already 174 rush yards here today. And then I'll start doing predictions as well when we get to the bigger bowl games. But the bottom half of the bowl games, we are just going to power through. So I don't want this to be like a 5-hour stream. But we got Wisconsin, and now it's going to be a 3rd and long. Minute 33 left. Colorado desperately needs a stop here. First down ends the game. What is the call for Mush? They're going to hand it off to Fellows. He gets some room down the sideline. There he goes. Marty Fellows is going to end the game. A 35-yard run to clinch the bowl game for Mushbrain. As they are now just going to be able to fall on this rock. The Gasparilla Bowl is going to go to Wisconsin. Your SFA players winning it for you here. A big time stop. As now it's just victory formation as the Big Ten now is going to win the first Power 5 versus Power 5 bowl game. You just got to kneel it out. Remember, we don't want any funny business. We just want them to get their bowl win here. Oh, of course, Mush. I I definitely have my commentator curse cooking today. I've already done it a couple of times accidentally on Watch Party. So there we go, folks. We hit triple zeros here in the Gasparilla. Wisconsin comes out victorious as they finish 7-6 on the year. First year for Coach Mushbrain. He will get an off-season strategy, so make sure. I'm going to just flash it on screen a couple of times throughout the stream. You get one of these 4 for next season. I need a DM by the national championship. That way, we can get your rewards to you in the off-season. Make sure it has to be a DM. And we're at that point of the year where my DMs are absolutely flooded. So if I don't respond immediately, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just ignoring you until I get to a place where I can handle what's in your DMs. Yeah, I don't know if Florida Man should be the one counting here. That is definitely the Big Ten. Correct. No incoming freshmen for +2. That would be dumb. You can't turn a 2-star into a 4-star. No, no, no. Has to be an existing player. It's basically just to help with progression. As we know, progression is very volatile in our save. So if you got a guy who's, you know, not getting a lot of progression, or you want to spike somebody else's progression, right? But incoming freshmen, no. All right, so let's go through the stats here. Has got a safety, and Dan Katz gets a 75-yarder in his final game. That is unbelievable. His final game in the SFA, the former Western Michigan Bronco, caps it off with the game-winning touchdown. Unbelievable. Cedric Morris, 2 for 2. And Marty Fellows, 191 yards on the ground, no touchdowns. And Dan Katz with the one monster one. Big time. Willis Whopper, the transfer from Michigan State, doing his thing. Sean Sutton. Glenn Childs gets 5 tackles. They did miss 2 field goals here, giving Colorado a chance. But Jonathan Johnson, maybe he'll come back next year. And SFA player Anthony Cross here gets only 3 catches. Condor SFA player gives up a safety, or a sack, I mean. And on defense, they got a couple interceptions. Remember, all the bowl games will be posted later on today or later on tonight. And we got CFP opening games tomorrow. Remember, I always got to get my screenshot here of the players of the game, as Wisconsin won this one. Oh, look at that trophy for the Gasparilla Bowl. All right, next up, folks, is we got Troy taking on Louisiana in the HRS Weekly Holiday Bowl, the Rick Bowl. Troy, if you're here, let me know. Coach Airborne is another G5 versus G5. So the G5 is going to get on the board here in the Holiday Bowl. Will it be Conference USA, who already lost one, or will it be the Sun Belt? We're going to go on board with the Troy Trojans. Let's get it going here in the Holiday Bowl. Got Festus Ames taking on Louisiana, that team with all of those SFA players, their final year. You've got guys like Ndamukong Suh, Bobby Chalk, Shane Acho, some of those really good players taking on Troy. What's going to happen here in the Holiday Bowl? No, Kenzie, you did not miss. We are only 3 bowl games deep. So USC covered, LSU covered, and Wisconsin no cover. The -3 line, they won by 2. So this game, it's Louisiana is the 5.5-point favorite over Troy here, the 9-3 team. They lost to LA Tech on a game-losing touchdown in the final moments. Could have sent them to the Conference USA Championship and potentially the CFP. but instead they'll be in the Holiday Bowl here. So no snow here. We've only had one bowl game with snow over in Indianapolis. So if there's any other bowl games like the Pinstripe Bowl or something, those might be snowy. But it's nice here. I don't know where we are. SDCC. Oh, this is in San Diego, the Holiday Bowl. Interesting. All right. I did not realize this was in San Diego. So we're down by SFA headquarters, about an hour south of us, in the broadcast booth. So let's see who wins this one. And Louisiana with a quick touchdown here as Troy responds. Remember, they have Hephaestus Ames, really good SFA players on both sides. Louisiana takes the lead, 14-10 Troy, and 21-10 now. Troy opens up the lead, but they add a field goal right after half, or right before half. Can Troy finish this game? And Louisiana stays in it, but they sputter out. And now they take the lead into the fourth quarter. So Troy just stumbling here. Only a 2-point lead now for the Ragin' Cajuns against the Troy Trojans, as we are 5 minutes away. And now we're going to go play-by-play as we're getting close to jumping in. Louisiana does have the ball. They're running the rock here, and they score a long one to Vince Dunbar. And that's going to move it to 9. So we're not going to be jumping in here unless Troy does get this one back. So Ames, a big run or a big pass. Can they get close? They do. All right. So extra points, no good. So it's a 3-point game as we're going to watch the onside kick here. They do have all 3 timeouts for Troy, but they did miss that extra point. Could be critical. And it's picked up by Shane Acho, the SFA player. So can Louisiana close this one out with a couple of first downs? Remember, Troy does have those 3 timeouts, so this one is not over. Definitely worth watching here. Can the Sun Belt get the ball back? Bowl season is really the only time where I would consider cheering for my own conference. As you get a handoff here to the right-hand side, and they explode, but he goes out of bounds. So worst case scenario there for Louisiana, as they don't waste a timeout. No time goes off. So Ben Moss, the Nidair Finley successor, makes a mistake, as that play now doesn't really matter. Troy, can they get another stop here? Yes, they do. And the first timeout will come out here. 1:50 left here for the Trojans. Can they get the ball back? Remember, stopping them here for a field goal would be ideal. Then they have a chance to go down and score a touchdown. Handoff up the middle, and that's a big gain for Ben Moss. They're now 2 yards away from winning the Holiday Bowl. Can Troy make a stop in the backfield? They're coming out in shotgun. Will they throw this one? Shane Acho, top of your screen, the SFA player. No, they're going to delay, give it, and they stand them up. Troy gets the stop they need. Field goal unit comes on out, and this kick is to cover for Louisiana. It's a 5.5-point spread. The kick is up, and it's good. So those who picked Louisiana covering right now by 0.5 point, but there's plenty of time for Troy. Can Troy find a way? A 1:42, no timeouts left, but that's plenty of time with clock stops after first downs. Can Troy pull off our first BearCave Bowl season miracle? Hephaestus Ames in the backfield, SFA player. They finally got their quarterback back from injury. Dumps that off. That's not a good start. 3 yards, clock is running. They have to hurry up now. Chad Stevens, his first catch of the day. Mike Robinson, 15 of 29, 2 touchdowns today. He's yamming that one out of bounds. So a 3rd and 7 up here early. Are we going to get a quick stoppage? Can Troy threaten? Remember, last time we saw Louisiana was in Week 14. They gave up a game-winning drive like this to LA Tech to lose the division. Robinson throws that. That is a conversion, and Stevens gets out of bounds. He turned upfield, not much space there, and they're back in business here up at their own 38. No, sir, Hawaii has not played yet. 1st and 10 now, Mike Robinson. He's scrambling around. He gets the ball off, incomplete. That was massive as Bobby Chalk was raining down on him. 2nd and 10, stopping the clock there. And if you're just checking in, we are going down the list as the BearCave pick. So if you want to see the schedule, look at how I posted BearCave. 2nd and 10, all those receivers. Short side's intercepted! Bobby Chalk, he takes it all the way. Pick 6 for Louisiana. The SFA transfer from Ole Miss gives them the win. An unbelievable play from Bobby Chalk. And now we're back up by 2 scores, so we have to just sim to see if Troy can get back in this. And that is going to do it here. A beautiful pick 6 on a screen pass. And I do not see Troy making this a game again. That was a ball buster, as Louisiana is going to celebrate a Holiday Bowl win here in San Diego as they win 39-27. Bobby Chalk wins it for him. The senior cornerback, the transfer from Ole Miss. Unbelievable. So it's a Troy cover now. So we've played 4 games so far. 3 covers, and the only no cover was Wisconsin. So no outright underdogs winning quite yet. So what normally is a ridiculous bowl season where we never know who's going to win, all of the favorites so far have been able to do it. So Conference USA gets their first win on the board in bowl season. Sun Belt loses. And that's their first loss. So we'll see what's up next. So we're still waiting for the underdogs. Gotta always let this outro play. I don't want to risk the game crashing, losing the result, obviously. And Louisiana, you are a new coach, so if you're here and you want an off-season strategy, pick one of these 4 for next season. The only one that's this season is the additional transfer portal scholarship. All right, so let's run through this here. Festus Ames got a touchdown. Bobby Chalk with the pick 6, an absolute beauty. 108 yards and a touchdown for the sophomore, former #1 recruit in the country. Couple of sacks. Lauren Bradshaw never got in the game. Brooks White, the guy who was going to go to the transfer portal for Flynn Sanders, but he decided to stay once he went to App State. And Ben Moss, 140 yards, big time runs from him. Shane Acho, his final game, gets 2 for 60 and that critical onside kick. And on defense, obviously, Sue in his last game, one of the biggest busts we've ever seen. He gets a sack. And then Bobby Chalk getting the pick 6. That was a big one. As now Louisiana is going to probably see some regression as they are going to lose most, if not all, of those SFA players from those great teams. So remember, I got to get my players of the game. So Brooks White, Randy Wagner. I don't know how they don't give that to my guy Bobby Chalk, but nevertheless, Louisiana wins it. And we are on to the next. All right, so next up is we've got a ACC versus Sun Belt matchup. You've got the South Florida Bulls. It's the Bulls Bowl. Yes, you heard that right. You got the South Florida Bulls taking on the Buffalo Bulls in the SFAF Guaranteed Rate Bowl. So Pinstripe, if you're here, let me know. Heads or receive or kick. It's an 88 versus a 72. Buffalo are former national champions. They will not be defending that, but they are a 13.5-point favorite here in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Let's see if they can do it, or are they going to be our first outright upset of the season? I just realized this was the Bowl versus Bowl. This is the Bowl. And we've got rain here in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. Unbelievable. Got Buffalo Wild Wings out here. Or I guess they're Bull Wild Wings out this for today's game, as the #1 rush offense in the country, led by, I believe his name is Justin Jenkins, the redshirt senior for South Florida. We'll see what they can do. South Florida. And this is in Arizona, so we got some rain here in Tempe. Interesting, earlier today we had no rain, so I guess Guaranteed Rate down Tucson. It was nice and sunny today, though. Up here in Tucson, we've got some thunderstorms. Welcome in, Jarkus. If you guys are just joining in, we had a USC cover in the Military Bowl, LSU cover in the Alamo, Wisconsin no cover in the Gasparilla, Louisiana with the cover just now in the Holiday Bowl, and now we are here for the Guaranteed Rate Bowl between USF and Buffalo. Remember, if you're just joining in, we are following the BearCave list if you want to follow along. As this is going to be, Sun Belt is looking for their first win of the bowl season. ACC is looking to start out 2-0. So Buffalo starting out with a quick touchdown. Nothing yet for USF. This is expected to be a big-time win for Buffalo as they start out 21-0. Can South Florida crawl back to at least cover, make it a game? As at halftime, Buffalo leads by 21. Remember, we get these blowouts out of the way early. I am considering switching up how I choose bowl games next season, but for now, Buffalo is looking to dominate. 42-14, showing people why the ACC is on top. As this one looks to be all but over as they are battling back. So the threat of the no cover is coming. We're no chance of losing, but an interception there by Thrash Daniels. And that is going to do it here as Buffalo is going to win. As Amari Campbell now, his final game in our... We got our, hold on. Barr getting a recovery in the end zone. Omari Dunn, Calvin Tyrell, Roth, Omari Dunn getting a touchdown as their guy's done for the year. What's his name? Dale Shivers. But the backup running back getting it done here. So Sean Hill, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Omari Dunn, the SFA player, getting it done here. And in his final game, Calvin Tyrell does get a touchdown. Offensive line, Hung Wong gets himself 9 pancakes on the edge. And then sacks galore here for the defense. As you got Thrash Daniels get one, and Amari Campbell, he is our cover athlete. If you see the bottom right of the stream, that's Amari Campbell. He got 2 picks today in his final game for the Buffalo Bulls, as he has a broken promise and will be entering the transfer portal. Likely going to get the most NIL in the transfer portal. As now let's look at USF here. Marcus Matthews, the junior, 3-3, and Jay Justice, one of the leading rushers in the country, 38 yards, absolutely getting stifled by this defense. DJ Henderson getting 3 touchdowns there. And on defense, he get an interception. Not much to write home about here. As Buffalo handles them, and Buffalo will get an off-season strategy, so let me know. And remember, if you are a CFP team, you automatically get an off-season strategy. So make sure to DM me your picks. Hello, Numeri Binky. If you're a coach here in the SFA, let me know who you are. Otherwise, welcome in. Glad you're here to enjoy some bowl season action. Buffalo wins this one. So the G5 still has not gotten a win over the Power 5 here today in bowl season. Well, welcome in. If you want to join our Discord, feel free, but links in descriptions. We do have commands. Or if you just want to stick around, watch some bowl action. We're going through every non-CFP bowl game here today. And we're moving on to the Ohio versus... where is it? We got Ohio versus Texas A&M. This is the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl between Skook and Coach Black. So, Coach Black, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. As I don't know... My commands, I don't think, are working, unfortunately, right now. I don't know why. They should be. But Ohio, we're going to jump on board. And Texas A&M should be healthy. So is this going to be our first outright upset? We've had Buffalo cover, Louisiana. We've had all covers except for Wisconsin with the no cover. This is a 9.5-point favorite for A&M. They should be fully healthy, though. So Keith Ostrander, the 99 overall running back, and the right tackle, R.C. Apodaca, should all be back. But this is a gritty Ohio team. They have one of the best linebacker corps in the country, fully SFA playered. They've dominated the transfer portal. And I think this game is going to really come down to if Chad Hunter decides to be that Ohio State player he was instead of the guy who keeps regressing over on Ohio. So Coach Black versus Coach Skook. I don't see either of them, so it's going to be heads and kick. I'm excited. I think Ohio can do it. They have No Sir Virginia will be coming up actually next. So you're here perfectly on time, DiGiorno. Remember, we are going in order of the BearCave games as they were posted. So we are here in the Barclays Las Vegas Bowl. So A&M obviously started 7-1. They were top 5 in the country. And then they suffered a brutal injury to their right tackle and their starting running back, and they finished 7-5. So we're here in Allegiant, Las Vegas, home of Matt Barkley. We'll see what they can do here. So we're going to go heads and kick. Percy Knox here. As A&M hopes to be better next season, maybe play a little bit easier of a schedule as we start out here. And A&M's going to kick off with a touchdown. Are they going to blow them out? It's only 7-0 here. Ohio, they've done it before. They've comeback kids. But, 4 quick touchdowns here. Oh, a 28-point quarter. A&M is rolling. They are full strength, and when they're full strength, they are a CFP team. So this one, it could be getting ugly. This is going to be turning into a rated R stream as A&M is handing it to Ohio here on the strip. Luckily, Ohio can drown their sorrows on the strip here later on tonight. But 49-14 for A&M. Whew. Ostrander in his game back. Welcome back, my guy. 5 touchdowns for Keith Ostrander, who missed the second half of the season. Victor Handy gets 2 on his own. Unbelievable. You check out job openings in the Discord. You can claim a team who didn't make a bowl season right now, or you can wait till after the coaching changes section to claim a team. It's up to you, but Chad Hunter here. Carlton Wheeler, 55 yards, and unfortunately we kind of saw this going this way as A&M does cover. Robbie Carmichael, the SFA player, transferred from Nebraska. He's in the national championship last year, now on Ohio. Tyson Coffey, transfer from Georgia Southern. Derwin Fields Crook, transfer from San Diego State. All right, how do Rex Beavers do? 17 of 19, 2 touchdowns for the big man. Keith Ostrander, 5 touchdowns, 108 on the ground, and they got everybody involved here. as Percy Knox as well as the junior. Then Jackie Knight, SFA player. Freddie Furman. AJ Hawk in his final, or no, it's not his final game. He's felt like he's been here forever. And that will do it here from Las Vegas in the Barkley Bowl. Remember, we only jump in when the games are good at final couple of minutes. We've had 2 close ones so far. I always got to get my players of the game here as the backup quarterback gets the player of the game for Ohio. Chad Hunter went down. Tails and kick for Iowa. Okay. All right, well, next bowl game, and I think, honestly, this is where they start to get good. As I think the rest of these games are actually very competitive. The first ones are either just snoozers in terms of matchups or 6-6 teams, right? And now, then we got the blowouts out of the way. So here comes Virginia and Oregon State in my favorite non-CFP bowl game. Always is the Sickos Sun Bowl. So let's get it going here, as the G5 has not beaten the Power 5 in a bowl game. And it's not going to happen here, but we've got the ACC versus the Pac-12. So can the ACC stay undefeated so far? They're currently 2-0, I believe. Coach DiGiorno, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive? Yeah, I love the Sicko Sun Bowl. This is always... So DiGiorno, heads or tails, kick or receive? Almost jumped in as a game day game. Yeah, first time on stream. This is your first chance to really get a gauge of what's popping. And you know what? No matter what happens, shout out to Oregon State. They have been in the dumpster for years upon years. And then this year, they have a great season, and they cap it off with a win over Ohio State to knock them out of the playoff race. Unbelievable. 1-point win a couple of weeks ago. Massive job. But we got Virginia and Oregon State. Oh, baby, we're here in El Paso for the Sicko Sun Bowl. So DiGiorno, heads or tails, kick or receive? Welcome in, Just James. Yes, the Oregon State University. I mean, we can call this the Dogwater Chronicles Sickos Sun Bowl if we want. We should transfer the, like we do the MacGuffin. That'd be hilarious. DiGiorno, heads or tails, kick or receive? Otherwise, I'm picking for you. And kick or receive. All right, heads and kick. The Sicko Sun Bowl is here, baby. And we are off. Come on, ACC. This is the only time I cheer for my conference. I don't know why people normally cheer for the conference, but when it's Bowl Mania, you got to cheer for your own conference here, as where Virginia takes it down. Oregon State, though, they respond. Dan Daly is playing. So Dan Daly, the injury is back. Remember, bowl season always sims forward a couple of weeks, so it's hard to gauge when players, if they'll be back or not. It like sometime when unless you get that end of season tag, then there's always a chance they come back, because like just depends when your bowl game is in game. Like if it's 4 weeks, it actually sims the 4 weeks of the injury. So a lot of these players are back playing that we thought would end their seasons. As Virginia now in the third quarter, they are up 21 here in the push game. 28-7, Virginia. Virginia popping off here late. Can Oregon State battle it back? I don't believe they can. Oregon State, no. 4th down, and Virginia is going to steal the Sicko Sun Bowl here in El Paso, as ACC stays undefeated here today. Unbelievable performance for DiGiorno. As Virginia, a couple years removed from the from the Citrus Bowl, Dan Daly, one of the better CPU quarterbacks we've ever seen. And this was a crazy game here. Let's check out the stats. Dan Daly, the junior, hopefully he comes back for one more year. 15 of 19, 2 touchdowns. Nick Williams, 43 yards, 226 on the ground, just running right through the defense. 2 sacks there. Another sack. 7 Cloud in his last game, the only SFA player on this team. He gets a tackle for loss. Transfer from Ole Miss. Oregon State now. Brent Perkins, 15 of 42, is just not going to get it done, but he's an 81 sophomore, so he should be back in love. So better things coming for Oregon State. Hopefully they get a sack here. They were just happy to be here, obviously. Trip to El Paso. Escape the rain. Yeah, so far we've jumped into 2. Yeah, we had a 2-point game, and then we had, the other one was a 6-point game, and we jumped in. But a lot of these early bowl games are always tough to watch at the beginning. But off-season strategy for you, DiGiorno. So make sure to DM me your choice. I'll flash the off-season strategies here again. Remember, guys, if you're a user and you win a bowl game, you get one of these. If you got to DM me by the national championship, or otherwise you lose the bonus. So let me know which one of these you want. If you don't have SFA players like Virginia's case, you can't use that one. And the only one that's for this season is the scholarship. All right. Yeah, we're 51 minutes in here. Normally BearCaves are about an hour to an hour 30, but yeah, this so far we're trucking along. So Virginia does win the push game. Now we're headed to UNLV and Southern Miss. So B-Dog or Cryo, if you are here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. As we've got another G5 versus G5 game here. As it's going to be the Patreon Lending Club Bowl. If you want to join Patreon or consider it, I do have a command there, but I doubt it's working. But yeah, UNLV and Southern Miss. I'm going to jump on board with UNLV. I do not see B-Dog here. Yeah, I don't see. But this is Cryo versus Southern Miss. This is a fun one. 2 very active users. So let's see if Southern Miss can... This is the last... Actually, I'm going to jump on board with Southern Miss. This is the last game of D. Dowis' career. One of the most famous quarterbacks in the SFA. The last one for him. They lost twice to Georgia Southern, ruining their chance at the CFP. So they're hoping to finish it off on a good note. And if you remember last season, D. Dowis was mounting a game-winning drive to win the bowl game, and he fumbled it inside the 10. So he's hoping for a better result this year here in the Patreon Lending Club, or Lending Tree Bowl. Remember, folks, we got the Citrus Bowl coming up later. That's going to be a full game. And then tomorrow is the opening round of the CFP in our expanded 12-team playoff. First round games will all be tomorrow. We'll have 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Ones in the morning will be Tennessee, Washington, and Alabama, Illinois. And then in the afternoon, evening, will be TCU and Georgia, and then the East Carolina, Georgia Southern game. Gonna be a big couple of days here in the SFA. Yes, sir, 12-team playoff. They added it to the revamped playoff tool. We are using it, and I love it. I love the changes they made. Is now we're not. It's not just New Year's Six Bowl and their opening round games, home games. That's what I'm so excited for. See how these. See how a team like East Carolina, so overpowered to a Georgia Southern team, is gonna handle traveling to Statesboro, and Statesboro is gonna get a CFP game. That's wild, right? So. But we got the Lending Tree Bowl here. let's take a look, see what happens. Can Dyron Satterfield mount a classic here? This is a game I had circled as a potential banger. And as we end the first quarter tied, this game is a 7-point favorite for the Golden Eagles. 21-7 here early for Southern Miss. Can UNLV battle back? Oh my. 28-10 at halftime. Not looking good for UNLV and Coach Cryo here. A&M won, and then Virginia won. And 35-10 for Southern Miss. The defense, terrible for UNLV. As this game looks to be all but over. It looks like Southern Miss is going to cover, barring an epic comeback for UNLV or an epic choke. Let's see what happens here. They need a score. Okay, so it's now a 2-score game. It's a 13-point game here, so we're going to just go one at a time just in case something crazy happens, but it looks like Southern Miss is going to do it in his final game here at Southern Miss. D. Dowis finally wins a bowl game. Dyron Satterfield goes down. Ray Rice, Peyton Hillis is back. Hassan Pippinger getting a touchdown. All the SFA players getting involved, and that is going to do it. So D. Dowis, his final game here, 16 of 22, 2 touchdowns. And Ray Rice runs it in his final game, as we're going to have a new-look Southern Miss next year. Hassan Pippinger getting another touchdowns 2 games in a row. And Bobby Joe Toot, 16 pancakes there at left guard. Unbelievable. And a couple interceptions, one by Larry Toro, the SFA player. This was Amari Snowden's last career game. A sack from Quay Camaro. Yeah, it's been a very chalk bowl season. We have yet to have we've had all covers so far besides Wisconsin. So the push game went to Virginia, and then Southern Miss cover, A&M cover, Buffalo cover, Louisiana cover, Wisconsin no cover, LSU cover, USC. So we're not really getting any crazy upsets thus far here in bowl season, which is kind of crazy. Normally it's all over the place. So Sunbelt does get on the board here in bowl season after Troy took the loss. And that will do it here. We got to get our players of the game. D. Dowis and DeAndre Moose, SFA players. Dyron Satterfield, will he be back next year? Remember to send your off-season strategy, Southern Miss, to my DMs. Post anywhere else and I will not count it or see it, likely. And now we're going to head over to FAU. So we're going to stick with the Sun Belt against Army here in the free TC Liberty Bowl. So Coach MZ, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Or G-Man, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. I'll give you about 5 seconds. Otherwise, I'm just going to go with FAU. But we are jumping on board with the freshman All-American transfer from Tennessee, Cyrus Lloyd, and the Balentikoff winner, Weeks. So this is a high-powered passing attack. So they are 70 overall. And then they also have 2 SFA players on the defensive line. Brian Arakpo, the former Minnesota Golden Gopher, and the former Missouri Tiger, Angus Falk. And then I believe for Army, Ruddy Rogers is back. So who is going to win this one? Army is favored. Army is favored by 6 here today. Army team who had CFP aspirations throughout the season. They were ranked for quite a while. And we've got more snow here in the free TC Liberty Bowl. Our second snow game of bowl season. Last time USC didn't care. Will FAU care about it? Welcome in, Coach Zay. Or I don't know how you want to pronounce that, but first time I'm really talking to you, as I was unavailable yesterday. But welcome, new coach of Washington State. And this is BearCave, where we jump in the games. If they're close at the end, we will watch. But most of these games have not been close so far, as we are now nearing that halfway mark of the BearCave. However, all the best games are yet to come. Got some very intriguing matchups later on here today. But we got a snow game here in the Liberty Bowl. As a snow system definitely is hitting that the northeast right now, is our Annapolis game, and now our Liberty Bowl game here in Pennsylvania is snowy. So we'll see what happens. Where do you Easterners, or where is this? Is this Memphis? I don't know where the Liberty Bowl is played. I think this is Memphis Stadium. Never mind. I mean, it's just hitting the entire East, I guess. All right, so if you're not here, as always, it's heads and kick. I figured Liberty would be in Pennsylvania, but, you know, guess not. All right, how's this one going to go? I think Ruddy Rogers is back. FAU gets on the board first. Remember, they have the freshman All-American quarterback and the Balentikoff winner in weeks. And Army held scoreless here early, but they battle back. This can be a close one. Army takes the lead there. All right, so we enter the third quarter. It's a close game here in Memphis. As 21-7 now, can FAU battle back? Are we going to see another favorite win a game? And 24-7 now, they're pulling away here. The snow getting to FAU. But they get a fumble. Can they get back into this? All right, it's a 10-point game. Remember, we won't jump in unless it is a one-score game, as I guess there is no Ruddy Rogers, as that's Jabari Manning. And Army wins it. So Coach MZ wins the Liberty Bowl in his first game, or his first season here. Cyrus Lloyd ran it in to start. Ruddy Rogers was back, so he got back into the game here. Probably left again, but that's all right. Cyrus Lloyd not looking great, the freshman All-American, but he'll look to have a great future here at FAU as they continue to get better. Brian Evans. And here's your Balentikoff winner, Nick Weeks. No touchdown here today. I believe he had 21 or so touchdowns this season. And Angus Falk, the SFA player, he gets a sack. Brian Orakpo, 3 TFLs. So we'll see how Coach G-Man can build on this roster in the transfer portal. As now let's check out Army, a team who had higher aspirations than the Liberty Bowl, but Julian Kemp gets it done. Will he be back next year? I think him and Ruddy Rogers next year could push for a CFP bid for the G5. As Kenzo Carter, SFA player, Scooter Burdett, they didn't do too much. They didn't have to, as that will do it here for, and still all the favorites have won. We've yet to have, outside the push game, obviously, because that's 50-50, every favorite has won, and everybody has covered except for Mushbrain. So I believe the Sun Belt will drop to 1 and 2, and I think that's the first game and win for the American Conference in the group of 5. Obviously, somebody I think is tracking. I think Florida Man is. As I think I'm going to start, if we do get an accurate, whichever team wins the Bowl Mania or whatever conference, I'll reorder the scoring channels down below. I think that's kind of a little fun thing to play for. Oh, Dogwater ate too much chicken Alfredo as he's preparing for the Citrus Bowl. All right, here we go. Okay, Iron, Jarkus, let me know. I forgot. You're the designated home team, so it's going to be kicker receive. Unless McNasty is here. McNasty, are you here? You get priority as the away team. But this is a fan favorite, one of the best bowl games. It seems to always be a fun one. We've got the Yammon Cheez-It Bowl. Who is gonna win? This could be a good one. I did give Iowa a 6.5 point favorite here. So let's see what happens. Jarkus, where was Jarkus? I know he told me, but I don't remember, of course. Tails, he wants to kick. All right. So the final game in Jason Richardson's career. Remember, he took over for Cody Green here in Iowa. I love this Iowa team. Love how they've been built. I wish that they could have had a run to the CFP this year, but it just didn't work out that way. They are ranked, though. And they're going against Central Michigan, who was, I believe, 8-0. Or maybe 7-1 or something like that. And they just have dropped 3 or 4 straight. Let's see what Iowa can do here. We are in the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl, everybody's favorite bowl game. See what happens. The Chippewas, the first year for Coach McNasty, coming over from Michigan State. He has a natty appearance in his career. He's faced Iowa and Jarkus before, so we'll see what happens. He's used to this Big Ten action. And can the G5 finally beat a Power 5 team here in the bowl season? We've yet to see it here. Are we going to see our first upset of bowl season? Been very chalk so far. Camping World Stadium here. Gonna be a good one. The Chippewas versus the Hawkeyes. Jarkus wins the toss. He wants to kick. All right, here we go, folks. The Yam and Cheez-It Bowl is underway, and not a lot of yamming going on as Central Michigan only has a field goal. This is a typical Iowa game. Very low scoring here to start, and that's going to stay that way. Unbelievable. 3-0 here at halftime. If you like yams, this is not the game for you. Iowa's a 6.5 point favorite, but they have no points. This is like watching real Iowa for you, Jarkus. Let's see what happens. There they go. They get a touchdown here in the second half. Will that spark an offensive explosion? No, it does not. This game is going to be close to the end. Oh, baby, this is going to be a funny one. All right. The Yam and Cheez-It Bowl, a defensive struggle. And they go for it here for Madsen. Or can they punch it in? Yes, they do. Iowa gets their second touchdown of the day, and they extend the lead. Can Central Michigan respond? Make this a game. Yes, they do. All right, remember, we won't jump in when it's close until we hit the 2-minute mark here. So can Iowa close out this game? They get a big play there. They go back. Wait, Central Michigan takes over. They have the ball. We're going to jump in. Can Central Michigan do the unthinkable? And here is Wykel Summers, the SFA player, the 4-star recruit. This is the first time we've ever watched him play. Trey Robertson, they run the rock heavily here. They got a couple transfer linemen, Kobe Beef on left tackle, and then Roosevelt Gold, the center from Michigan State. Beefy line. Wykel Summers is an athletic quarterback. Can they win this game? Dumping that off for Robertson. He gets smeckled over the middle, but he hangs on. Trey Robertson here, 3rd and short. Remember, Iowa is a 6.5 point favorite, currently up by 3. You got SFA players all over the field on the defense as they come out empty. Watch the QB draw. Summers, he has time. He has plenty of time. He delivers a strike and another massive hit. But Patrick Cunningham hangs on. Unbelievable hit sticks from this defense. I think that was Tom Ackerman. It was, and he couldn't jiggle the rock away. So now 1st and 10 here. Field goal sends us to OT, but a touchdown really will put the pressure on Iowa. We've seen McNasty get his heart broken in bowl games before. Remember when Garrett Grayson's season ended, or career ended on an interception. And corner blitz is going to get to him. Wykel can't escape the sack. 3rd and 5. Can the Iowa defense stand on their head? 6 for 20 today on third down. That is not ideal. 4 wide receivers, 3rd and 5, the biggest play of the day. Central Michigan over, it's dropped! Oh, the Central Michigan receiver in Wykel can't believe it. He probably would have been short. But here comes the field goal formation. As they are just going to kick the rock, and we've got a tie game here. All right, our first close one. That was Gianni Cottini, the SFA kicker, booting that one through. So now, legacy on the line. Jason Richardson, how do you want to be remembered? One of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen, but he doesn't have the success to prove it. Well, here's your chance, Jason. 52 seconds away. 1 timeout. Can Jason Richardson do it? Jason Richardson, he takes off his first play, and he's going to go down. Remember, folks, Central Michigan, watch out for number 92. That's Dwayne Johnson. Yes, Dwayne Johnson, the Michigan State defensive end from that national championship team. He transferred here to follow his coach, and Jason Richardson is going to take off here. He cuts outside, and he almost breaks that one. Clock is ticking, 3rd and 2. Are we going to see some overtime here for the first time today? We're out empty. Jason Richardson, it's only a one-man rush, and contained it. He gets there! What is going on? 4th down, Central Michigan calls a timeout. One-man rush gets there. So now Coach McNasty has a chance to end it in regulation. They get a rush. Oh my God, another murder. Kelvin Ferguson. Thank God targeting doesn't exist in our world, because Iowa would be banned from playing. As we're now at 40, at the 41, they are already in yam range. 2 timeouts. Time for 3 plays here. Wykel Summers dumps that off to Robertson. Goes nowhere. I believe Suis Sailor was on the tackle there. 8 seconds left. 1 more play before you have to yam it to the end zone here in the Yam It, Cheese It Bowl. Will it come down to a yam? He's yamming it deep down the sideline. 2-on-1. Tip. No, Eric Sweetie can't bring it down. They're going to get 1 more heave to the end zone. So here in the Season 13, the Yam It, Cheese It Bowl, will we see a yam to end the game? It's 56 yards away. Wykel Summers, he can't yam it deep. The ball's on the ground. He picks it up, but they tackle him. We've got overtime, folks. How will this game end? All right, offense or defense, Jarkus? Offense or defense? Defense is better. I mean, quote-unquote better, because then you get to see what the offense does, what you need, right? Here we go, folks. Johnny Booth was on the recovery. Now Central Michigan, they had 2 chances to win it, and they couldn't. Now our first overtime game of BearCave season, bowl season. Summers, he has time. It runs out. He's hit again! The rush getting right to him as he's hit hard. This Iowa defense is no joke. 14-14 here in the Yam and Cheese It Bowl. 2nd and 10. They hand it off to Robertson. He gets some rush up the middle, and he falls forward for about 7. He's been all of their offense this year. Run to that left side behind the Georgia transfer, Kobe Beef. Army won by 10, Florida Man. 3rd and 3. Summers dumps that off. It's going to be a first down. The quick throw, not even a 3-step drop. Almost a jump pass there. Catches Iowa off guard, and Central Michigan's in business. We've got an instant classic brewing here in the Yam and Cheese It Bowl. 1st and 10. They're going to audible into shotgun. Summers, they bring a blitz over the middle, and it's caught by Brandon Scott in the back of the end zone. Unbelievable. And they're going for 2. Remember, you don't have to go for 2. They are just getting aggressive here. Central Michigan, they want to go up 8 in the first period. And he's hit! Unbelievable call from McNasty. No way! So now, all of a sudden, Iowa can win it with a touchdown and an extra point. What an aggressive call from McNasty here in the bowl game. Especially when they're not going for 2 for the win, as that's a dump-off. But maybe they just trust their defense. Jason Richardson, man, his legacy is just kind of been just choking. He kind of carried on the legacy from Cody Green, just playing better. So can they do it? A touchdown wins the game with an extra point. Dumping that off to Madsen. Or no, I believe that's Willie Anderson, the SFA player. As in overtime, he breaks the all-time record from Deuce Hogan. Hogan was their starter from 2016 here in the SFA, before the Cody Green era. So 3rd and inches now. Remember, 4 down territory. They have to get a touchdown here. Anything less and they lose. It's going to be a handoff to Madsen. 1st down. Is this going to be the first time we see an upset here? It's definitely going to be likely a no cover if Iowa wins. A touchdown could win it here. Jason Richardson is going to be optioned, and he doesn't get it off. Second and goal. It's a long goal to go. You're at 2nd and goal at the 11. Dwayne Johnson there, number 92, the top of the line. He's the X factor here for the defense. 2nd and goal here. Jason Richardson, he takes the snap. It's a blitz. He floats it to the back of the end zone, and it's dropped. It was a contested catch. He got the hands on it, and he couldn't bring it in. 3rd and goal from the 11. They have to score a touchdown. Trips to the left, all in a little bunch here. One guy out wide. Richardson, he has time over the middle. It's caught, but not a touchdown inside the 5. So 4th and goal. The Yam and Cheez-It Bowl coming down to this. 4th and goal. A touchdown wins it. Anything less and they are going home empty-handed. Richardson out empty. Richardson, he has time. 4-man rush. Over the middle, and it's caught. Wait, there's a flag! No way! Illegal touching here for Iowa. They thought they were going to win, but a late flag. We got to do it again. And wait! Illegal touching! You don't replay the down! No way! It's a loss of down! They lose! Central Michigan wins it! They're gonna take home the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl! Unbelievable! It's a loss of down! No shot! Oh, Jarkus! No way! The illegal touching on 4th and goal gives them the loss of down. The game is over. Central Michigan survives despite the ludicrous call to go for it here in overtime. McNasty can't believe it. We got to watch that last play over. Did he really illegal touch it? Legal touching is the wide receiver steps out of bounds while the ball's in the air and then comes back in and is the first player to touch it. It's an unbelievable call that we see very rarely here in the SFA. That is, and every time it's ever done that at the end of a game, we've at least gotten to see one more play, right? We've at least gotten to see one more play to rectify it. We've never had the game end on illegal touching. Unbelievable win here for McNasty, and once again, the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl comes down and is going to wind up. And it was Eric Sweeney on the 2-pointer. Oh, man. The SFA player is going crazy here. This is the first upset of bowl season and the first G5 upset over the Power 5 is Central Michigan takes down Iowa, who is a 6.5-point favorite. Unbelievable game, McNasty. You got to watch this, as this game came down to, first off, why was Central Michigan even going for it there? They didn't kick the field goal. They just wanted to... are they going to let me... Is this... I may not even get to see the replay of... Yeah, this isn't the play. Yeah, no. So I can't even see the replay. That's how crazy that was. Wait. Yeah, no, there's no highlight of a penalty. Unbelievable. The illegal touching, that's getting a clip. That might get a falling apart. And that's how the Jason Richardson era ends. Oh, yeah, definitely. Now remember, the rankings that matter for, like, promises are these rankings. So, number 23 for Jarkus, these are the rankings. But the end of the season rankings that I do personally probably will drop out after this one is... Wait, Jason Richardson might come back? Hold the brakes, Jarkus. You might have another year. Hopefully he doesn't declare. As Madsen... As we really hope that this team comes back. Willie Anderson, no catches today. The punter / wide receiver. Horace Veal gave up a sack. Tom Ackerman, I mean, you're delivering blow after blow, but Central Michigan just wanted it more, man. And unfortunately, Jason Richardson is not an SFA player, so I can't try to get him to stay. But how about the freshman SFA player, the 4-star, Wykel Summers? And Trey Robertson, he's only a sophomore. Big things coming from Central Michigan here as they loaded up in the trenches. Robbie Gold, Roosevelt Gold, and Kobe Beef doing their thing. And on the defensive side, was this the last game from Dwayne Johnson? It was. No sacks. Did get a TFL. Johnny Cottini got 2 tackles. Cannot believe the loss of down. I have to go rewatch it. Anytime they flirt with the back of the end zone, we always have that. We always have that thing. And McNasty finally doesn't get screwed at the end of a bowl game. Remember the game against Minnesota where Garrett Grayson ended his career on an interception? Unbelievable. So definitely the best moment of bowl season thus far. And remember, McNasty, you do get an off-season strategy if you win your bowl game. These bowl games mean something. So if you do win a bowl game, you get one of these 4. I need an answer in my DMs by the national championship, as the additional transfer portal scholarship is for this cycle. So let me know what you would like in my DMs if you win your bowl game. All right. After that ridiculous, who wants to go next, right? Like, how do you go on after that one? Well, this is going to be a lightning matchup, as now we got the other Iowa team facing a G5, and this game is, on paper, you think it's going to be a snoozer, but no. You've got the AAC champions, the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, led by the lefty Leon Fox, a 62 overall, taking on Iowa State. Let's see what happens, Huey. Can the dream season continue? Tails and kick. The dream first year for the Hilltoppers. Can they keep going? Or is Iowa State, who is another team who coming into the year had just... Everybody hated on this team, as obviously Logan Radke ruined Illinois, and then his team got destroyed in the transfer portal. But here they are. They had a chance at a playoff last season, or in the last game. They got blown out by TCU. So here they are. But Iowa State does come in as a 4-point favorite here. You know, but it worked out for Illinois. They ended up making the, and here's the Hobbs Mayo Bowl. We love the Mayo Bowl here as well. Western Kentucky, Jackson Viss, Leon Fox. Can they do the unthinkable here? Take down Jamar Siggins, who's playing in his first career bowl game, the transfer from from Missouri. So this is another 4-point spread. All right, this is the first 4-point spread. And I bet you a lot of people took Iowa State here, but I'm scared of these Hilltoppers. Yeah, remember, if you are just joining or popping in and out, we are following the BearCave list. So if you want to follow along, I'm just going down one at a time. And Yui said, I already forgot, of course. Tails and kick, all right. All right, so the Cyclones will get it first here in the Hobbs Mayo Bowl. Let's get it started here. And Iowa State starts out with a quick touchdown, but a long drive for Western Kentucky. They get back on the board. Leon Fox in the first quarter. Can they hang in there? Yes, they do. They get a touchdown, but the defense can't hang on. This is a defense that was killing Rutgers last week. They got to find a way to battle back here. Get the defense a couple of stops. Their offense has been doing all right. Can Western Kentucky make this a game? They're hanging in there, but the offense, you got to score. And they do. All right, so an 11-point game here. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty as we get a fumble now. Is this the Hilltoppers moment? They've got to score here. Remember, we do not jump in unless it's a one-score game. And a long touchdown! The Hilltoppers are back. Jackson Viss, the SFA player, a 34-yard rush. A 28-10 lead erased. Is Iowa State going to choke its fourth down? Oh my, they punt it. Here we go. Western Kentucky. They can win this game, folks. Leon Fox, is he the savior of the Hilltoppers? 2nd and 9 here. They have all 3 timeouts, plenty of time. They are running a little bit of clock here, though. The 4-point favorite, it would be a cover. They're going to fake it to Jackson Viss. Leon Fox on the back throw. That goes nowhere. As Stevie Scumbag, the SFA player on the defense, was the nearest guy in the area. So not a great first play there for Leon Fox. Is the moment too big? 3rd and 9, Leon. He has time. He moves around off the back foot. It's caught! Leon Fox, baby! He finds his man. The dream season continues. Kyle Thompson with a conversion. They hurry it up. Here they go. Leon Fox in the backfield. The lefty. He takes off. Can he find some room? He does have speed. He falls forward for a couple. Clock still running. Remember, they do have all 3 of those timeouts. Unbelievable that they're even in this game. It was 28-10. Wait! Oh, no! The receiver, I think Jackson Viss, thought he was getting a handoff, and he runs into Leon Fox. Some miscommunication there in the backfield. I don't know what's happening here for the Hilltoppers, but it's the Hilltopper way. Benny Keuchel is back from injury. The left tackle. They're going to throw it here from under center. It's a quick throw, and that's going to be 4th down. So Western Kentucky takes the first timeout. They want to talk about the play. Season on the line. 4th and 5 here for the Hilltoppers. In the Hobbs Mayo Bowl. Leon Fox over the middle, and it's knocked away. Turnover on downs, Iowa State. Will they survive? Oh, first down wins the game here. One first down wins it. Jamar Siggins hands off to Johnny Williams, and he gets about 8. One first down wins the game. And that is gonna do it here for the Hilltoppers. The dream season comes down with a fun loss in a bowl game. They never thought they'd be here in the first place. It's a major dub for them. Let's make sure we get out of here with a win. All right, one more play here. So, Coach Logan Radke in his first year at Iowa State, everybody thought it would be a dumpster year. They get to 10 wins and they win the Mayo Bowl. And that deflection there never had a chance. As Coach Logan Radke, you do get an offseason strategy. So remember, folks, if you won your bowl game, you get a offseason strategy, a chance to get an advantage next year or an additional transfer portal scholarship for the end of this year. So let me know, folks. Congrats to UE on a great season. Couldn't finish the job, but hey, they made the comeback. They made it interesting. That's all you could hope for. Jamar Siggins, his first year on his new team, gets it done. They couldn't make the CFP, but they do get to the 10-win mark, which is insane in itself. They lost about half their SFA players. And now the question remains, will Leon Fox get the starting job next year over Maximus Mays III, the SFA reject coming in? I don't know, McNasty, but I love the aggressiveness. That was insane. I love the aggressiveness if you went second, right? If they had scored the touchdown, you go for the win. I love that call. I always think if you're playing well, no matter the situation, one play for 2 yards, I'll take that any day, right? But going for it on when you're first up is a little rough, you know. But let's see how this one finished out. I mean, it was all Iowa State early. Kramer got a 75-yarder. And then Jackson Viss brought him back. Just not quickly enough. And Leon Fox, you know, not a terrible day. He's grown 4 overall this season. He's up to a 66. Jackson Viss, 143, 3 touchdowns. Big time for the freshman. He's turned into much more than just a receiving back. On the defense, no one extracurricular. That's what I like to call these things. Leroy Wilson got a deflection, and they made their only field goal. Now, Iowa State, Jamar Siggins, the SFA player, 4 touchdowns, a massive one. Hopefully he comes back, and then they can have another great season next year. As Kramer, the tight end, the freshman tight end, he's going to be They lose Jeff Pimpton, and now they got this guy, Kevin Kramer, who's going crazy. So, love that for them. I love to see users that face of adversity and they somehow find a way to succeed, right? I love these stories. Like, he came in and this team was in shambles, but he brought them together, got them to 10 wins. That's very impressive for Logan Radke, no matter how, or no matter what you think about what he did at Illinois. Big time success. All right, so ISU wins here. So another favorite, and that counts as a cover. Remember, 4 points picked. That was the line, so that's what we're going to go with. They covered. We don't just go no points there, right? So, now as we move on here in bowl season, and now we're getting to the fun ones. The very close games, the games that are really 50-50. You don't know how they're going to wind up here. as we are now getting the Conference USA champions Memphis against Coastal Carolina and the beloved CJ Irons. His brother's playing in the playoff. He is playing here today. This is the IMP Armed Forces Bowl. So Coach Chum Toad, if you're here, let me know. Or this is Trog, not Chum Toad. Chum Toad's New Mexico. So Coach Trog, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. What does CJ Irons have in store for us today? One of the best offenses in the country, but one of the most unclutch players we've ever witnessed. And we've got rain here in the IMP Armed Forces Bowl, better than snow. CJ Irons legacy game, hopefully. We'll have to see. This is a 3.5-point favorite for the Chanticleers against Memphis, who is reeling behind running back Grant Barber. They ran it down LA Tech's throats to ruin their CFP hopes and clinch this bowl game. So let's see what he does. Dude, that UNC game was ridiculous. Remember they Hail Mary'd down at the 1? They were trying to choke it. BD Saw, is this your team, Memphis? I can never remember the Twitch names when they're different. Which coach are you? Yes, okay. Memphis coach is here to watch his team. Can you knock off one of the most iconic SFA players in history? The IMP Armed Forces Bowl. This is Yui's Bowl. So heads and kick because Trog is not here. All right, here we go. That is a massive center field logo as a quick touchdown for Coastal, but Memphis does quickly respond. 3.5 points here for the Sun Belt. And 14-7 now. Are they going to extend this lead? Memphis hasn't responded quite yet, and they don't right before half. So a 7-point lead here for the Chanticleers, but a long drive from Memphis to battle back. And here they go. They take the lead. They take 2 scores. All of a sudden, Memphis has a 2-score lead. They had a halftime pep talk for the ages. But here comes CJ Irons. He doesn't ever go down without a fight. Can they get the ball back? This is getting down. And no, it's going to be a 4th down run. They can't get it. So it's a touchdown game. We're going to jump in around the 2-minute mark. And same deal as the Conference USA Championship. Can Memphis close the game on the ground? 3 timeouts for Coastal. 3rd and 1, the biggest game. We know it's going to Grant Barber. Can they do it? Grant to the outside. He gets it. He turns the corner. There he goes. Grant Barber down the sideline. They get in the field goal range. A massive run for the running back. And now a 1 first down wins the game here. Barber up the gut to the outside, and he can't get there. Another handoff to Barber, and that's going to officially do it. They're going to win the bowl game. So Coastal loses yet again. And that's going to do it here for the IMP Armed Forces Bowl. Memphis is going to go to 8-6 after winning the Conference USA and finishing off with a bowl win. Unbelievable here for the Memphis Tigers, how they finished the year. Coastal Carolina unable to do it here. CJ Irons once again finishing the season with a bowl game loss. One more snap will do it. The victory formation. This will be our 2nd underdog winning. Now some of the underdogs are coming through. Memphis plus 3.5. Wins outright. We just got to watch the end, make sure no funny business happens as they're going to come out in the real formation, but that's going to do it. Memphis wins the IMP Bowl here in Season 13. All right, let's see how this one went for the boys. A long pass to Alexander here. CJ Irons doing his thing, and then that third quarter was the Swamp Monkey. That was bad for Coastal. They came out just flat-footed there. He is a junior. Hopefully CJ comes back, but we'll see. AJ Samuel was healthy for this game. He was in the Heisman race before he got injured, but they lose Donovan Swanson. Hopefully he'll be back next year. So next year might be the year for Coastal to make a run. A lot of SFA players on this defense as well. So, Coach from Memphis, you get an off-season strategy, so make sure to DM me which of these three you want, or these four you want for next season, or if you want the transfer portal scholarship for this season, depending on your budget. As Brian Smith throws for 3 touchdowns. Grant Barber is a senior, so this team is going to be gutted after this year. Look at all these seniors. So, we're going to have to see what happens. They're definitely going to take a step back next year. Most likely got an interception here for Beverly. All right. Brian Smith, CJ Irons, Richard Ford, and Carlos Black get the players of the game. All right, folks, we're almost 2 hours of the way through. We're cooking today. If you're watching the BearCave today, thanks for watching. We have the Citrus Bowl in its entirety coming up between UNC and Arizona. If you guys think Arizona should have been in the playoff, come out to the Citrus Bowl, show your support. But next up here, we have... we've got a good one, folks. We got Penn State taking on Hawaii. All right. Coach Woolley, if you're here, heads or tails, kick or receive. He got the golden ball. And he chose the home game. He wants to defend the homeland today. The 9-3 Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Let me know, kick or receive against Penn State. You've got Dudley Steele, the transfer from Tennessee. You've got Kennard Shorts, the transfer from Georgia. This is a Penn State team that had a chance to win the division. This is a Hawaii team that felt like they should have won the Mountain West. So we'll see here. Remember, folks, this is the Hawaii Bowl. So those banners you see up top there, they block our viewpoint of the end zones. So it's not a glitch. It's just what happens when we're at this stadium in this bowl game. The revamped team did not consider CPU versus CPU when making this stadium. But we are here for the Hawaii Bowl. This is always a fun one. This is the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl. All of the Hall of Famers, the 10 of them from this class. Check out the Hall of Fame channel if you'd like. But this is always a good time. All right, Nick wants to kick, but he is trying to defend the home turf. We're going to get to see Axel Brooks, hopefully. Nick Kinnery. Brad Harris, the quarterback, all these guys are likely moving on. This is a very old team. We're at Clarence T.C. Ching Athletics Complex. For Hawaii and Penn State. Penn State's loving this weather. They're glad they're not getting hit by a snowstorm right now, so they're happy to be here. Can Hawaii get it done here today? He wants to kick. That's what we're going to do. And remember, folks, Hawaii is actually the favorite at home by 2.5 points. So we'll see if Hawaii can get it done. First quarter here in the SFA Hawaii Bowl. No scoring quite yet. Hawaii gets on the board first. 7-0 as Penn State has the rock in the second quarter. They are going to tie it up. Can the Rainbow Warriors hold on? Oh, they get a defensive stop on the end, and it's 7-7 here at halftime, folks. A defensive struggle here, and Hawaii takes a touchdown lead here, and they get another one right before the third quarter ends. Unbelievable. Penn State on their back foot on the road. Hawaii is feeling themselves here. They're going to extend the lead. Hawaii. Can Hawaii get to 10 wins? It's looking like it. Remember, we won't jump in unless it is unless it's a one-score game. I am going to go one play at a time just in case. Penn State moves the rock, and here they come. 4th down. Can they get a first down? They do. Can they battle back here? They do. Can they make it a one-score game? They do. All right, we're going to jump in, folks. We're the onside kick. Penn State has to have this. No more timeouts. Can they get it? No, Hawaii is going to recover, and they're going to hang on. Mark Jameson with the catch. Unbelievable. And if they can hang on here, it's going to be a cover for the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors here at home. 1st and 10, 47 seconds left. We're just going to watch some kneel downs here from Harris, as they do use the final timeout. Coach Wallfly wants to make them snap the ball here, but Hawaii on the home turf is going to get a ball game win. Unbelievable. Yes, we got the SFA Hall of Fame Hawaii Bowl here. That's the sponsor. Rank Hawaii. I mean, 10-3. It's hard to not consider a rank for him. Am I right? One more snap here for the Rainbow Warriors to cap off an epic season. They had their struggles at the beginning, but they rattled off a bunch of wins to end the year. And they get to 10 wins for the first time in the Woolley era. 10-3 Hawaii coming at you. That's a W. All right, let's see how this happened. Nick Kinnery getting a touchdown. Dudley Steele. Kinnery again. Horton. That was massive. And then Kinnery again. So 21 straight. Kennard Shorts got himself one, but it was just a little bit too late for Penn State, as the home field advantage definitely helped Hawaii here. Brad Harris, his last game, gets a touchdown. Nick Kinnery running his last game, 3 TDs. So it's going to be a new era in Hawaii football next year. And Coach Woolley's definitely going to have to figure out how to maximize this budget. As Axel Brooks, his SFA player, gets 13. And on defense, what did the SFA A player do? Keyshawn Clemmings, only 1 tackle here today. The free safety. As we look at Penn State in his first career season with Penn State, he gets, 50% completion percentage. Not the worst, but could have been better. Kennard Shorts not really doing all that well. I mean, they got beat. But this is the second Big Ten team now that's lost to a group of 5 team in a bowl game. That is not good. Dallas Dobbs, the SFA player, that's his final game. Unbelievable. Yeah, so the Big Ten is right now is getting laughed at by the Power 5. They're the only conference to lose. And, every conference has now won a bowl game. Let's go. I love to see that. What a win for Hawaii. Remember to DM me an off-season strategy choice, Woolley, as you did win, as I will always keep flashing this. You get a choice of one of these 4. I think, is the ACC the only one undefeated, or I think the SEC as well, probably. All right, moving on here. We've got Charlotte and BYU. So we got Ron versus Kenzie here in a monster matchup. Kenzie, you are the away team, so you get to choose heads or tails, kick or receive. And this is the CC Sportsbook Music City Bowl here in Nashville, Tennessee. Chad Barber and Cardale Jones are in attendance. The 68 overall Charlotte 49ers are bowling. Kenzie wants the tails and kick. It's going to be Pedro Bautista taking on the triple option from Kenzie. Let's see what he can muster here today. The American, I believe, is 1-1 so far. Western Kentucky couldn't take him out, and now Kenzie has to face the former Iowa State head coach in his first year. Yeah, there's only one independent game, so this is going to be all on BYU if they can win it. Notre Dame is not bowling. So if you're in BearCave race, this is a BYU 3-point favorite. So this is a gritty Charlotte team we've seen. Obviously, they were a triple overtime fumble away from going to the AAC championship. Let's see what they can do here today. BYU, Jeff Pimpton, Pedro Bautista, all sorts of SFA players on this team. Coach Ron has his guys bowling in his first year and he has some crazy wide receivers coming in. He has some deep threats, so BYU's going to be good for a while. I can't wait to watch the BYU passing attack next season, man, because Bautista with his 99 throw power throwing to these deep threats like Deontay Lightfoot and DeKalen Thrust. Oh, you said tails. I picked heads, but you're still gonna kick it anyways. So I got the choice down for Kenzie. You're welcome. All right, here we go, folks. First quarter. BYU scores, but they missed the extra point. All right, we're cooking. And Charlotte, wait, they gave up two incredibly fast. Oh, no, what is this defense? Where is our guy? Billings is getting cooked on the edge, Kenzie. What's happening? Charlotte having to just dink and dunk it down the sideline, trying to score, and now BYU is up 16 as we hit halftime. Can Charlotte, there they go. They get a field goal. Okay, they got to get a stop, and they don't. They're down 20 here. The prediction for Kenzie, and they get a field goal. Why are you going for field goals? They get a stop. All right, can Kenzie cook? An interception. No, Walton is not cooking here today. Still a chance, down 3 scores. They got to score fast, though, and they finally do. They're down 9. It's still 2 scores. I can't jump in. But can they get a stop? Clay is back from injury, so they go for it. Unbelievable. They got him on 4th down, and that should likely end the game here for Kenzie. And it does. Kenzie loses 30-21 his first year. Both the AAC Dream teams, they lose their bowl game as Ron gets the offseason strategy. It was Clay, then Cooper, and then a kickoff return from Shaw. Unbelievable. And then Clay was back. So BYU's really good when they were full strength. Aaron Walton here, he had to throw it 51 times as they were down by a lot, obviously. And then Marco, Sims, Boo, Tramore, likely going to enter the transfer portal. Some unbelievable, a great season for Kenzie, no matter what. Sergio Okada. Winnie Corso did play. He had 3 tackles. Devontae Billings, nothing. He got toasted. Likely going to win Team of the Year, though. And let's see how BYU did. Pedro Bautista only had to throw it 11 times today, 147 yards. And it was all Franklin Clay in his return back from injury that kind of derailed their year. He gets 2 touchdowns. Pedro ran it a bunch. And, yeah, they got an early lead, and they kept it. Raheem Ozuna, the SFA player, gets an interception. Mo Latu doesn't do much. And that is going to do it here from the Music City Bowl. Everybody loses weird one-offs. But, yeah, the Arkansas State loss was funny. All right, so here we are. BYU gets the win, the only independent, so they're going to be 1-0 on the year. Kenzie with the strays. All right. Oh, baby. Now it is about time. This is where the games start to get good. As we've got the Pinheads Quick Lane Bowl between a team that felt like they got screwed out of the CFP and Utah. Moon, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. Nathan, if you're here, let me know. Kick or receive. Number 25 team in the nation, trying to get a big upset victory here today. And this is a 4.5 point favorite for Utah. So I don't see either in chat so far, so we're just going to jump on board with Utah. Coach Moon here. The Pinhead Quick Lane Bowl. Is Moon going to ride off into the sunset this year with a win, or will Louisville stifle them? They just won the MAC championship here in the same building, Ford Field. Can they do it again? 11-2. They got relegated from the ACC to the MAC this year. Won the MAC at 11-2, but left out of the CFP in favor of Georgia Southern. The resume was just clearly better for Georgia Southern, but Louisville still has a chance to get a big win over a very good Utah team, which a lot of people in the preseason had winning the Pac-12 and making the CFP. So we'll see what they do here today. How is Louisville going to stop Tokomaha Pakarori? That is the question. And we're just about to hit the 2-hour mark in the stream. We still have quite a few bowl games to go, but remember, the Citrus Bowl is coming right after between North Carolina and Arizona. And then tomorrow, Monday, we've got all 4 CFP opening round games, all game day style. We'll have 2 in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. Actually, you know what? I predicted Utah to win the Pac-12. Nick predicted them to win the national championship, so Louisville, can they win this game? Prove the haters wrong. Coach Nathan. It's going to be heads and kick as always. This is a Utah team that always plays well when we watch them, and then when you're on BearCave, not all that great. So let's see what they do today. Louisville starts out the touchdown. Utah gets a big touchdown. This one might be a close one, folks. 7-7 after one. So we move on here in the Quick Lane Bowl. Louisville takes the lead. Utah does respond with the touchdown. They have the lead here, and they're going to extend it at halftime. They do miss a field goal. 10-point lead here for Utah at the break. Can they extend the lead? They get a field goal, and Louisville just can't respond right now. Their defense is holding, but no offense to speak of. And 30-10 here for Utah. Just domination in the Pinstripe Bowl, but Louisville coming back. It's not over till the fat lady sings, folks. And still a 16-point game. Can Louisville get a score here? A big throw. 4th and 10. We can't jump in unless it is a 4th and 10. They run for 5. Unless it's a one-score game, we cannot jump in. So can Louisville amount a game-winning drive? 3 plays in. They score a touchdown. So now they gotta get this 2-pointer, and they do! All right, folks. So Louisville trying to come back. They do have the 3 timeouts, but they're going to try the onside kick anyways. Here they go, and it's recovered by Utah. So Louisville now needs a stop. A first down wins the game for Moon. 7-5, trying to get that off-season strategy here. And off here. And that is a first down and a lot more. And they're going to get up to 300 rushing yards. Unbelievable. Chris Huggins on the tackle. Louisville, they have to get a stop now. No more chances. This is it. They have to get a turnover, really. They got to force a fumble. And another massive run up the gut. Jeremy White just running through him. I don't know where Tokomaha Pakarori is, but he's not on the field. 1st and goal now for Utah. They're just going to run out the clock. That's going to do it here. As Louisville tried to get it close here at the end, but they just couldn't muster enough to beat the Utah Utes as the Pac-12 wins another game. So the Big Ten is still the only conference to lose to the G5. In the last snap here, Utah is going to win it. They're going to win their second bowl game in a row under the Coach Moon era. He's now 2-1 in bowl games. He lost the Citrus Bowl in his first season, and then he went to Utah and has won the Hawaii Bowl and now the Pinstripe Bowl, or the Quick Lane Bowl. This is going to be a Utah cover as well. A lot of covers this season. And that is going to do it here from Ford Field. Utah gets it done against Louisville. Great season for Louisville as they will try to repeat as MAC champions next year. But Utah gets the win. Let's see how they did it. Rory got a 48-yarder. You got another one here. Mitchell, his final game, 2 touchdowns. Rory ran for 125 and 2 touchdowns as well. As Matt Warren in his final game gets a TD. Josh Blair, hopefully he'll be back. Couple tackles for loss here. Oakley only getting 2 tackles on the day. Bruno Ferrari went 2 of 3 today. And Louisville, Curtis Good, the junior here. He should be back next year. Keith Harris, the senior, not a great day. They couldn't really get anything going on the ground. And just nothing doing. And the leader in interceptions in the country, I believe, is Michael Chambers. Or he's second in the country. And no interceptions for him today. And Vivian Alexander, the SFA player. Last game of her career. She goes 100%. All right. Let's keep it trucking here. Had a great batch of bowl games so far. A couple of really good endings. The Instant Classic and the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl. Utah is the winner here. All right, folks. Next up is UCF versus Fresno State. We head west to the Smurf Turf for this one. As Florida Man, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We got the Mountain West champion taking on UCF, who has been sneaky good all year. Yeah, Mike, I'm gonna give you a big old yawn on that one. That's the GIF with where they like, I don't know, it's like guy with gray hair. He's like, anyways. We all know Mike's gonna win BearCave. Who cares? As we got snow here in Boise State, so no, we're not gonna get to see the Smurf Turf as it is completely covered. Fresno State is here. Chadley Brown and against Joshua Dubs, SFA players going at it. The first career bowl game for Florida Man. Tails and kick for Florida Man here as we got Fresno State and UCF. And after this game, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games left, and they're all the big ones. These are the heavy-duty bowl games with really good teams on both sides. UCF and Fresno State. the Smurf turf, and he wants tails. Wait, where is it? I just got to make sure. Don't want Florida Man to cry on me. All right, tails and kick. All right, they don't win the toss here, so Florida State, or Fresno State, sorry. All right, here we go. From the Smurf turf, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, Chadley Brown versus Joshua Dubs in the snow here in December. 0-0 score to start it out, but Fresno State, they are going crazy. 7-0 here. UCF, is the snow going to affect them? It's 7-7 here, very tight, but Fresno State takes the lead. This is a very evenly matched bowl game. UCF, they get a field goal. Don't know how you feel about that one, but they're battling back. They're driving here. And they stall out. All right, Fresno State can end this game. No, we're going to... And that's a long touchdown, so UCF does take the lead now. As we're going to just go play by play here. Joshua Dubs, they can end this game here with a long drive. We're jumping at that 2-minute mark, but it's 4th and 8. And they go for it, and do they get it? No, they don't. All right. So Fresno State here, 3rd and 8, 2 minutes left. Chadley Brown, the rain falling. You can't even see the Smurf turf here. Can UCF clinch a win? Chadley Brown, the quarterback. Freshman SFA player going up against freshman SFA player. Dubs versus Chadley Brown. Clean pocket. He's yamming it deep! And 2-on-1, and they can't get it. Steven Inman tips it away. 4th down. Are they gonna punt it, or are they gonna go for this? You gotta go for this. You're on your own side. 4th and 8. They still have the field goals, or they still have the timeout, so it's not the end of the world. Chadley Brown, it's gonna be a screen. He dumps it off. He has some room. He stays in bounds. That's gonna be a first. He's still running through, guys. Glitches backwards, but it's a first down for Fresno State. Kenneth Porter. Here come the Bulldogs, the Mountain West champions. Chadley Brown, he has time. He dumps that off again. Another broken tackle here. UCF unable to wrap up. Michael McCoy gets about 4. Clock is still running. 3 timeouts. Plenty of time for Fresno State to get in range. Florida Man had the play. You got to think. Will that 4th down conversion come back to bite him? Chadley Brown dumps that off up the middle. He has room. They're still going. Michael McCoy for 15. And watch out. These broken tackles could come back to bite him. They're hurrying it up. 57 seconds left. Brown, he's sacked! Bradley Montgomery. Antonio Owens gets through there. They take that first time out. 54 seconds left. Dump off, and they missed him over the middle. He had 3 guys in the area. Nobody could get a hand on it. 3rd and 16 now. Things not looking bright for Fresno. Third and 16 here. Over the middle, it's a catch. Now the big question, is this field goal range? For Fresno State, I do not think so. They have to go for it again. Another chance for UCF, and if they stop him here, it's the game. Brown takes the snap. He has some time. Delivers a strike, and it's dropped, and that's going to be the game. UCF is going to hang on. Florida Man is going to win his first career bowl game and get to 9 wins as Joshua Dubs comes in and takes some knees. Great way to end the game. UCF is going to come up to the Smurf turf and leave with a victory in the snow. A big-time win for UCF in this program as they will get an off-season strategy. Make sure to DM me your choice, obviously. And that will do it here from the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. UCF gets it done. And the Sun Belt wins again. Sun Belt, I think, doing pretty well so far. And it's not lost scoring. You got a Parker 54-yard run. That's awesome. Joshua Dobbs, no touchdowns in his game. Calvin Parker, his last game of his career, gets a touchdown at 185. And on defense, you've got 3 sacks here and an interception and a sack for Jamar Booth. And Fresno State, Chadley Brown closed out his freshman year with the conference championship, but not the bowl win. He'll be back next year, though. Running the ball, I don't think is their best move, but, you know, let the coach cook. And on defense, they just couldn't get it done. I mean, they did get it done. You held them 17. Chadley Brown just couldn't score. If you win a bowl game, you get a reward in terms of an off-season strategy. So if you win the bowl game, you get to choose one of these 4 rewards, and that will help you either in the off-season transfer portal or get an edge on next year. So I'll leave that up here while I get my screen capture. All right. All right, now we're going to have the Tax Act Texas Bowl between 2 Ohio teams. The battle for Ohio down in Texas. We got Cincinnati taking on Ohio State. Can Joe Broussard, they had a tough end to the year, losing to Rutgers on game day. Can Joe Broussard, one of the most prolific passers, take out the Buckeyes? And the Buckeyes could have been in the playoff if they didn't lose to Oregon State. But, you know, here we are. This is the worst year in recent memory for Ohio State. They're always at the top competing with Clemson. But, you know, every dynasty has to crumble at some point. They did get that national championship, so they're happy. But trying to win a Tax Act Texas Bowl here at Reliant Stadium. So only a few games left. We got 4 after this. And we'll start running predictions on the last 4. So get your Bobinos ready. We're 2 hours and 12 minutes into the stream. Decent time length. It hasn't gone too long. Felt like we've had some entertaining moments, so that's good. But this is where the big games start, the behemoths, so to speak. Cincinnati and Ohio State, NRG Stadium, home of our New Heights Classic. All right, heads and kick like usual. Can Cincinnati close the season out with another big-time win over a P5 opponent? Ohio State is definitely a challenge here. As starting out pretty simple for both teams, but we know how Ohio State operates. They hang in there, and then they pull away in the third quarter. Will it be the same old story as Ohio State takes the lead? They go up 10 here, but Cincinnati's not going away. This is where Ohio State typically pulls away here. They get a touchdown. Cincinnati, they get 3. Not a good ending there. Cincinnati's got to battle back here. Can they do it? No. Ohio State extends the lead, 31-13. But Cincinnati, there they are. All right. Here we go. They get another touchdown. Unbelievable. Ohio State, just a well-oiled machine here. And a quick touchdown, though, by Cincinnati. Remember, it's a one-score game. We'll jump in, but the defense just can't get a stop, and that's going to do it. Ohio State takes out Cincinnati here. It was a 10-point game, and Ohio State was a 5-point favorite. So it was all Ohio State here in the middle of the game. Terrell Flowens, the SFA player, getting one. Broussard tried to battle back, and they'll finish the year 10-3. Broussard, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick for the redshirt senior. One of the best quarterbacks in their history. Breaking some of Chad Barber's records. And on defense, I think it's the defense here. Give up 37. You can't really do that and be successful. Is now for Ohio State. Lee Sanders, the senior. A lot of people didn't like him being the starter as he kind of choked a few natties and playoff appearances or whatnot, taking over for Quinn Ewers. And finishes, though, with a bowl win here in the TaxAct Texas Bowl. Dallas Jacobs getting a lot of run. Malik Nicholson ending his sorry-ass career. He had so much potential. He just always hurt. And we'll see what happens with Terrell Flowens, the freshman. He's an SFA player. See how his career develops. Then sack here. Interception, RJ Ware, the SFA player. And then you've got Vegas Mercury here. Sean Storm. I think Ohio State will be just fine here in the future. All right, remember, folks, if you are here, get your Bob and us ready. We're going to run predictions. Remember, you can use those channel points for a couple of different things to get your teams on stream, or to, if you want to jump on commentary with me for one time, you can. A couple of other things on there, I think. So we're going to do some predictions here in a second. All right, what do we have popping next? Rutgers and LA Tech. This is a big one, folks. I've been so excited for this one ever since they both lost their CCGs. It felt like this was just meant to be in a bowl game. It's the Sleepers Peepers New Orleans Bowl, always one of our tie-in bowls. The best CPU G5s left. Both these teams had playoff aspirations. Both of them missed the playoffs. So this is just going to be a who wins scenario. These teams were ranked neck and neck all season, so they're finally going to settle it on the turf of the Superdome. So who do you think wins this one? You got 1 minute here for the prediction. Rutgers versus LA Tech. This is where the bowl games get good, baby. Memphis already won their bowl game. Can LA Tech follow suit? Rutgers, on the other hand, AAC has kind of been falling as Army was the only team to get a dub. So Cincinnati lost. You had both of the South teams lose. So let's see what Rutgers can do. Yeah, both of these teams last week dropped massive stinkers. So get those predictions in, folks. A lot of people typically, when the game's super close like this, tend to stay away from the betting, as this is our second push game of BearCave. This one has a bunch of points on the line. We're going to jump on board with Rutgers. And this will be the final game for Young Sung Bong, the quarterback for LA Tech. The SFA player, one of the original athletes. Vinny Queen, the Outland Trophy winner. The only SFA player this season to win an in-game trophy, ironically. The center for Rutgers. The Italian from New Jersey, playing for his home team here in the Superdome. Rashard Mendenhall, Matt Campbell on Rutgers. Lots of impactful players, both sides of the ball for both teams. KJ King is playing. D-Sleep, welcome in. I encourage you. I don't know if you've seen the score of your game, but that was a really fun watch party this morning. So I definitely hope you do watch it. It was a really fun bowl game. Vinny Queen, man. See what he can do. You have not yet. All right. Well, I'll try not to show the score when I'm going through the channels, or maybe look away if you want to be completely, if you want to be completely in the dark. So when I'm going through the screens, don't look. But it was a really good game. All right. So heads and kick here in the Superdome. Next quarter, here we go. The Sleepers Peepers New Orleans Bowl. It's 7-7. Both these teams coming out with all of their offense that they were missing in their championship games. 21-14, 28. There's Rutgers. They get the first do job and they score 3. Rutgers running away with it here. And can LA Tech respond? It does not look like it. Oh, Rutgers, baby. Rutgers putting on a show here in New Orleans, and the home team in their home state is getting ran off the field 48-21. It's a 27-point game. I don't think there's any hope at a comeback here, and that will do it. Rutgers proves that they were the better team and they deserved it more. Unbelievable. We got lots of touchdowns here. Sharp Mendenhall getting one. And that's the way it goes. Rutgers goes to 11-3. Wishing that they could have just handled Leon Fox. 5-0, or 5 touchdowns for Matt Campbell in his final game. Rashard Mendenhall getting a touchdown in his final game. This will be definitely a new look team next year. 3 touchdowns for the speedy John Jordan. Vinny Queen gets 2 pancakes. And on defense, no sacks for KJ King, just 3 tackles for loss. All right. I'll watch you cook. I will say it's probably tough to tackle Young Sung Bong, and he went 14-25 for 2 TDs, so not that bad. Running the ball, Cobb, they just couldn't run the ball again. 2 games in a row. They're unable to have that X factor element. TFL's going crazy for Tyler and nothing else really. In a tough way to end the season for LA Tech. They had all the hype in the world. They had the win over Stanford, and they just can't get it done. They had no conference championship, and wow, you guys put a lot of the money on LA Tech, and Rutgers is going to win it, so enjoy those Bobinos. We're going to get right back in with the predictions, so get those. You have a chance to win your money back or make a little bit more. Let's get some high rollers in here. As just watching the stream always gives you a lot of Bobinos anyways. You'll be right back in it. Use them or lose them. All right, D-Sleep, you may not want to look at the screen because I don't know if it's going to spoil the game for you at any point on these screens. So I'd recommend looking away before we get into the next matchup. But our next matchup will be Arkansas and Michigan. All right, this one has... And this is the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl. All right, D-Sleep, you can look back now. Let me get this prediction. This is going to be another who wins. Do you like Arkansas in this matchup? A team who got disrespected by everybody this season when they're 2 loss, and then they lose to Iowa State the last week of the season, get shut out of the Big 12 championship, and lose their chance at the CFP. Michigan, on the other hand, an incredible start to the year. They were vibing 10-0. And then all of a sudden, they lose, or... Were they 10-0, or they were starting at 9-0, lost 3 of 4 to end the year. They lost to Penn State at home after the quarterback injury. Then they lost to Illinois, and then finally they lost in the Big Ten Championship in overtime. So will Michigan get it done today? We're going to jump on board with Arkansas. So we'll see what they can do. Arkansas is a 6.5-point dog, so Michigan is the favorite. I think collectively from the committee... Michigan probably got a little bit too heavy-handed, dropping 7 spots, but it's just kind of what happens when you lose your conference championship. All right, so we're here, the Serve Pro First Responders Bowl. This is always a bowl between 2 teams that felt like they should have been a bit better this year, right? or they had the opportunities and they messed them up. It's always that second-tier team that just didn't quite get in there. All right. Remember, folks, Citrus Bowl coming right after this. We only have 2 more games on the BearCave stream. And then tomorrow, the CFP opening round kicks off. We'll be right back tomorrow morning with 2 more games. And then there'll be 2 more in the afternoon. Check the announcements page if you want to see the full schedule. And, yeah, this is the best time of the season, baby. We rattle off games day after day. It's going to be a fun end to the year. We're trying to get the full postseason done by the time I leave for Christmas. Yes, the opening round will be some Monday mayhem. I have the day off from work, so we're going to cook. Gerald Ford Stadium here. No idea where this is. Probably like somewhere south, typically for bowl games, right? But the First Responders Bowl. Here we go. Michigan starts out, and this could be a Michigan masterclass, as they're probably angry that they just played themselves out of the playoff. And Michigan dominating here early. Brad Thornton's last game at Arkansas. Can they battle back here in the second half? Remember, 6.5-point favorite for Michigan. 31-14, but Arkansas not quite going away. But Michigan, they're scoring at will here. They're pulling away. This one looks to be over as they score another one. Michigan making a statement here, folks, as they end the year 45-17, and they are going to dominate this one. Absolutely domination from Michigan, showing everybody in the country that they should have been in the playoff despite losing all of their last games. But James Draws, the SFA player, doing it on the ground. Brad Thornton, his last year, one of the better CPU quarterbacks we've ever seen. Oh, no, every other week I have Monday off. Because I work weekends a lot of times, so, yeah. So every other Monday, typically, I have off. So I work Monday through Friday, then I work Tuesday through Saturday, then Monday through Friday, so it like just long weekend, short weekend. I like it that way because then I can use those Mondays, one, for things like this, or like if I have adulting stuff to do, like take my car into the shop or, you know, all that kind of crap, I can do that stuff. Don't grow up, people. It sucks to, No, I'll be able to get I just needed it before the stream started. Jason Givens, though, 3 touchdowns here. James Draws, the junior. Maybe he'll be back. Michigan, I think, is probably the most surprised team of the season in the Power 5. James Hawkins going crazy here. All right, that's going to do it for this game. This is a big statement for Michigan. All right, D-Sleep, time to look away again here in a couple of minutes, or a couple of seconds. But yeah, no, I'll be able to get the sound in for sure. I just can't add it while I'm on stream. I have to be off stream to add it. So Michigan gets it done. Boom shakalaka. All right, let's pay out those Bobanos here. And once again, this time all the money was on Michigan, so, all right. A tiny payout there. All right, moving on, folks. This is a big one. This is our last user bowl game of the season. Before we get to the big ones, obviously, of this stream, I guess, we are going to a team who talk about falling off of a cliff. Talk about a team falling off of a cliff. We've got my favorite bowl game, the Latina Juice Gator Bowl, baby. All right. if you're here. Dave, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. And this is going to be a fun prediction, folks, because you've got more pass yards. Who is it going to be? Who's going to have more pass yards? You got 2 SFA quarterbacks. Is it going to be Sal Easton, the quarterback for Texas? Or is it going to be Chad Blunt, the rumble tumbler? If he wasn't injured this year, they would have been in the playoff for Cal. Get those Bobinos going. My voice is already gone. I've already been commentating for 3.5 hours. And I still got a citrus bowl. And for CFP games tomorrow, let's go. Who gets more pass yards, folks? Dave, or is it going to be Cal? This is Texas, who has probably 2 of the best wins in the country. And then they fell off and lost LSU and Mississippi State. We don't want to talk about that. For Cal, it's been the other way. They lost 2 early on after losing Chad Blunt, and then they rattled off a ton of wins, only losing to Stanford by 2 at the end of the year. So this is going to be a big-time game, folks. That prediction is juicy. A lot of money on the line. We're on board with Texas. Here we go. Dave, let me know if you're here. Heads or tails, kick or receive. 2 of the best teams in the country. Oh, baby. Every game from here on out this season is an absolute banger. We've got 11, 12, 13, 14 games left here in the SFA Season 13. We're coming down to the wire, folks. Unbelievable. Our first year 12-team playoff. It just can't get any better than this, folks. Texas and California meeting here in the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. It's definitely probably a lot more travel for California, but who cares? Chad Blunt is ready. He's ready to paint his Mona Lisa. He already has a CFP appearance. He already has this, already that. He just wants to dominate an SEC team here. Is Texas one of the youngest SFA rosters in the country? They're looking to be good for a long, long time, as long as they can retain Coach Dave and all these Oregon rumors. Oh, baby, TIAA Bank Field here. Look at that backdrop, fog. Here we go, night game. Everything on the line in the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. The winner of this bowl game does get a vial of Latina Juice for next season. Yes, not kegs. I keep the kegs for ECU. They just get a vial. So we'll do heads and kick like normal here. And we are off in the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. Big game skill activated. Here we go. First quarter here for California. They score first. Chad Blunt, they score second. Texas on their back heels already here. But they can battle back. They're in the SEC. They're born tough. 17-7, 17-14. Here we go, folks. This one's going to be a barn burner as Texas, they're driving. They tie it up. All right, 17-17. Third quarter coming to an end. That was a very strategic third quarter here. And Texas takes their first lead of the game. 6 minutes left. Chad Blunt classic incoming as we get another drive here. And 4 minutes left. We're going to go one play at a time. Cal has the ball. Chad Blunt. Matthews. Blunt again. Blunt to Toth. Oh, God. Toth is playing. You do not want a Darius Toth masterclass game. They're on the drive here. Remember, we'll jump in at the 2-minute mark, folks. First and goal. Here we go to take the lead. Texas has the ball. They threw a pick or a fumble or something. Unbelievable. Cal, they turned the ball over, and now Texas can run out the clock. They fumbled. Inside the 5, disaster. So now Cal has to use the timeouts. Last chance for Cal. Can they get the ball back for Chad Blunt? Sal Easton trying to end the game. He's throwing it here, dumping that off, and it's dropped. Oh, no. A drop from the freshman. I believe his name's Quinn Nash, if I remember. No, that's the tight end, Kyle Gordon. So the tight end drops it, and they save the timeout. Now they got to run it again. Can Cal get off the field? Dave, he's going to hand it off power to Aaron Allen. And he runs over a man, but he goes down. Can't believe they fumbled, but can they get the ball back? 20-17 here. Texas can end the game right here. They're going to throw it. Dumping that off. Can he get there? Yes, he does. He gets the first down. Texas converts, and there's Quinn Nash. So there's your number, folks, for the prediction. 2-4. As they are going. Now, here's the plot twist, though. Is I think Cal still has a chance. I believe. If I'm wrong, I might be wrong. Actually, I believe I'm wrong. Yeah, they had to have snapped it right there before 120. Wait, they're going to run a real play. Cal still has a chance here, folks. We've seen crazier. They hand it off to Aaron Allen. They got to rip that ball out, man. 3rd and 10. Last play to have a chance. If Texas runs a real play, it's over. They have to get... Okay, they're running a real play. They have to get an out of bounds, a fumble, or a strip. They're running a real play. Hand off to Aaron Allen up the gut. And no, he goes down. That's going to do it for Texas. They flirted there for a second. And the Cal band is playing, or the Texas band is playing. Unbelievable game for Texas. They win a close one here on a defensive forced fumble. We'll have to check who forced the fumble later, as he has a ton of SFA players on defense. But a gritty, tough, fun win there for Texas. Unbelievable game there. So let's check the scoring summary, see how this went down. You got Matthews getting 2 touchdowns. Eaton from Easton. Unbelievable here. And Sal Easton gets 224, a touchdown as a sophomore. We'll have to see what happens with him. And because remember, if Dave changes teams, all of his players have a chance of entering the the transfer portal. Thad Mooney and Sandra Londano don't do all that much, but they got the job done. And who forced the fumble? They got 3 sacks here. Lake Hutchinson, the freshman All-American SFA player. Smokey Haywood got himself an interception. All right, who got that critical forced fumble there at the end? It was none other than the captain of the defense, Sonny Myers, putting the team on his back, forcing the fumble, and recovering it. Unbelievable play from Sonny Myers. You absolutely love to see it. So the question now becomes for you guys, 224. Did Chad Blunt get more yardage? He did! Chad Blunt wins the prediction despite the loss. More passing yards, and that was the lesser of the 2. Oh my, that's a ton of channel points. 18K. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chad Blunt, baby. As Jason Matthews, he had that critical fumble inside the 5. That just hurts. Darius Toth, the senior, that's the last time we'll ever see him. Couple deflections, no sacks or turnovers for this team, unfortunately for them. And that will do it here from the Latina Juice Gator Bowl. Another fantastic bowl game here. As now Texas gets the Viola Latina Juice for next year. Interesting. All right. Remember, Dave, if you're watching, you can pick an off-season strategy. Make sure to DM me. I'll do an at everybody after bowl games, just to remind them. I'm hoping to get all the highlights and stuff out today. We'll have to see how everything goes. But a massive Gator Bowl win for Texas. Good way to end the season despite missing the CFP. Mush brain eating good tonight. All right, folks. And this is the last game of the BearCave stream. So if you've been watching the whole thing, thanks for watching, man. It's been a grind, 2 hours, 39 minutes. But this is the best game of the day. This is always the highest ranked CPU teams that did not make the CFP. And this one, it's the Fire J Jettas Outback Bowl. I know you see Tampa Bay on there. We're on an old update. This is the Outback Bowl. But more importantly, you got Florida against Baylor. And Baylor, this is officially the end of the Flame era of players. The team that went to 6 straight CFPs. They just missed the CFP yet again. And this is the last career game for Braylon Burnside, Colt Brennan, Rocky Kalmus, tons of insane SFA players. So let's see what they do here. The Baylor Bears. Last prediction. We got Florida here. Who wins? We're going to do a who wins this one. This is always a sad to see. This is the worst part, is seeing some of these SFA greats, surefire Hall of Famers, go out. So will they go out in glory or sadness? Who wins, Baylor or Florida? Mushbrains talking shit as I'm having a sad moment here as Mango's just fuck them. I get it. They ran that division for what seemed like the better half of a decade. Florida is a team who plays a lot closer than the record indicates. They win a ton of close games this year, so in terms of like statistics, they aren't up there at the leaderboards, but they find ways to win the close ones. We got the Fire J Jetta's Outback Bowl. A lot of bobbing us on the line. I think they're favoring Baylor here. And let's Braylon Burnside is a Heisman finalist for the second time in his career. Let's see him go off with 3 touchdowns, as this is the 4th scoring offense in the country. And if you look at Florida, obviously everything is mid. But the Outback Bowl, here we go. The most prestigious CPU bowl out there. The second most prestigious bowl outside the Citrus Bowl. Here we go, folks. The Outback Bowl. Nice, a block punt. They're having football games on Saturday today? Why? Or no, it's Sunday. Holy shit, NFL's on. I forgot. Fuck. I don't know if I set my lineup. Dude, my days are all mixed up. And my anniversary yesterday, and then I didn't check anything sports. I don't even know who won Army Navy yesterday. I've been out of the loop. Yeah, I thought it was Saturday for some weird reason. Yeah, it's Sunday. We got NFL on. I'm like, what? Thank you, Dogwater. I think I've been with Miss TC longer than you have been with Chelsea. 6 years was yesterday for me and Miss TC. Actually, no, I think you guys are high school sweethearts. I think you got me beat. All right, here we go. Heads and kick. All right. Florida receives. 7 years in October. All right. You got me beat by 1 year. That's all right. And, all right. No scoring so far. Baylor gets a field goal. All right. A little bit of a rough start here. All right. 10-0 here for Baylor. Let's go. Come on, Baylor. This is the only team I'm cheering mad hard for today. 13-0. Come on, Baylor. Everybody thought... They basically got left out of any conversations because they lost by like 100 to TCU. But here they go, and oh boy, here come the Gators, the close game. You know it. We run from it, and we know these Baylor players are prone to a good choke. Yeah. I feel you there, Dogwater. All right. All right, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's 4th down here. And this is the last game of it, so we're just going to jump in. We're going to watch the punt. Florida's going to get a chance here to win the game on, of course, a touchdown drive. Thank you guys for the happy wishes. Hey, me and D-Sleep are on the same timeline. All right, Florida, what can you do here? Elliott Lee. This is the first time we've really watched Florida this year, outside maybe a couple of BearCaves. Yes, sir. Last game before the Citrus. I'm going to take about a 5-minute break, go to the bathroom, get the next stream set up, but we'll be right back for the Citrus Bowl between North Carolina and Arizona. All right, what is Florida going to do? Can they end this season with a big W? They choked to UCF. Playoff hopes lost there. Baylor obviously choked to Iowa State and TCU this year, the two teams in the conference championship. So 2nd and 3 here. The Florida Gators, they're used to the close game. Empty set here, no running back. Gonna go in motion. Plenty of time, dumping that off. He was short, and he gets there. They couldn't quite get him. That was Dave Cabral, couldn't get over there. So 1st and 10 now. They're still driving Justin Malone over 200 yards here. And it's a sack. Okay, D-Sleep. 2nd and 12. And it's another dump off here. They're continuing to move the rock. Ryan Horn again. It's another 3rd down. Still have all 3 timeouts. They decide to use one there at the 105 mark. 3rd and 1. 2 chances to get the 1st down. Remember, this is a Baylor team, kind of a shell of their former selves. And they get the bubble. What a call. A bubble screen on 3rd and 1 works out. Roderick Handy there. Unbelievable. And they're in business. Inside the 40 now. Things are heating up. Malone takes off. He finds some room. He cuts inside, up the gut. And he's hit by 3 men. He's still going. Gets the 1st down. We're inside the 25 now. They're hurrying it up. Touchdown wins the game for Florida. 1st and 10 here for the Gators. In the Outback Bowl. He's yamming it to the end zone. And he stops short. Elliott Lee couldn't stretch. He was a star freshman last year. They're at the 1. Baylor gets the game saved. Can they get a goal line stand? 1st and goal. Handoff right to the left side, and Stiffy's a man. Touchdown, Carl James. Unbelievable. Now the extra point to win the game, or to take the lead. And there it is, but guess what, folks? Legacy moment for Colt Brennan and Braylon Burnside, 2 of the best SFA players to ever do it. They were in a national championship. They lost to Clemson. They both have 2 CFPs, and Braylon Burnside has 2 Heisman finalist years, including this year. Both number 5 finishes. He has 86 yards on the day and a touchdown. Can Braylon Burnside and Colt Brennan do the impossible? Get into field goal range and win it one last time here in the Outback Bowl. Here we go. Colt Brennan, the best awareness quarterback we've ever seen. He doesn't take sacks. Brennan floats it out wide there first. That's going to be about 5 yards on the first play, just getting into a rhythm. Finds Weber. He's 21 of 32 on the day. He has a touchdown, but they're going to need about 30 yards for a field goal. Trips left. How will their stories be finished? Brennan over the middle. That's a catch. 1st down, Scott McMillan, as they hurry up to the line. 32 seconds left already in yam range. If worse comes to worse, here come the Baylor Bears. 30 seconds left. Brennan dumps that off. There's Burnside. Burnside, he pushes forward, but the clock's still going to run. They got to hurry up. Only 1 timeout left. You don't want to use it here. Hurrying up, 2nd and 4 now. Man in motion. Ticks away. We're at the 15-second mark now. Brennan, he's going to throw it away as that pressure comes. Like I said, he never takes the sack. 12 seconds left. You have probably 2 plays before you got to use that timeout. They probably need about 20 to 25 yards here. They are in yam range, though. 3rd and 4 here for Brennan. Game on the line. They're going to give it to Braylon Burnside. Unbelievable. They are just going to take the yams. 8 seconds left here. 4th and 4. So this is the game. Cole Brennan, he has a chance. He's yamming it deep. He hits his man! Touchdown, Baylor! The walk-off touchdown for Cole Brennan! He goes off into the sunset with an Outback Bowl victory, and they're going for 2 here. Unbelievable! To end their careers, they get the yam and the touchdown. I thought he was short, and there goes Braylon Burnside. He's gonna be short. What a way to end the story and end their careers. The walk-off yam for Colt Brennan. Unbelievable. But can Florida, they have 1 second left. Can they spoil the end? No, he's hit! Ryan Stewart goes down and Baylor wins the Outback Bowl on a Hail Mary. Braylon Burnside and Cole Brennan go out on top. Unbelievable way to end not only their careers, end the stream, and that will do it for the Season 13 Bowl games, folks. Unbelievable ending. I love it. I love it. Yamming it deep, baby. They set it up the last play. I'm just scrolling through these reactions. The story. Running up second last play of the pass. Holy shit. Reverse yam time. Unbelievable way. Let's see how it ended for our trusty guys. Braylon Burnside gets a touchdown. They had the 13-0 lead. They battled back, took the lead, and then Weber, he powered through. Can we watch this replay one more time? See the final throw of Colt Brennan's illustrious career. He got the coverage he wanted, an absolute piss missile. And normally we see this come to an end. Always at the inch, but Weber just barely. Oh, I think that could have been reviewed. He might have been short, but you know what? We will take it. Weber gets into the end zone. Unbelievable way to end it here. Cole Brennan finishes it. 315 yards, too. And we just, that had to be the way they ended it with the touchdown there. There's no way the game could have let him get stopped at the 1. That would have been brutal. Unbelievable moment here on BearCave. You absolutely love to see it. And the return man got hurt. They lowered the shoulder, and that's how they go out. Boom, bada bing. All right, let's see Florida. You got Malone here. Great day. He had a pick. Carl James got that game leading touchdown. Elliott Lee, big play. What a way to end it. Some fantastic finishes in some of these bowl games today. I think I got to give this one the game of the day just with the story involved, but the Yam and Cheez-It Bowl was such a close second. That was such a good one. All right, folks. So that will do it for bowl season. Let me just go back through, make sure that there's none left, that they're all just the CFP games and the Citrus Bowl. Let's get our players of the game here. Baylor gets it done. I love that team. And that's the end of an era, but they shouldn't be going away as Baylor continues to have great recruiting classes in games. So hopefully they'll stick around. I love having an elite Baylor. All right, this is CFP opening round. Citrus Bowl coming up in a second. This is the placeholder game for the Sugar. This is the first round game. This is a placeholder for the Peach. This is the Rose Bowl semifinal. This is the Fiesta. This is the Cotton. This is the Nat or the Orange. And then this is that. And then the placeholders. Cool, cool. All right, folks, as always, thank you guys so much for watching this crazy long stream. 2 hours, 53 minutes, and we are not done. We still got a Citrus Bowl coming for you a little later on today. And then all of the VODs will be available this evening, and I will probably put together a bowl season highlight video as well for those of you that missed it. I have all my highlights written down here. And all the VODs, all the same highlight videos that you typically see will still hopefully come out. So yeah, I will see you guys all in about 10, 15, maybe 5, 10 minutes. I got to figure out this MP3 thing. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.